fucking swallowed the...
Count us in.
We're here.
I'm already gone.
We're here.
We're here.
I'm there.
Except I lost Discord.
We're-
Why have I
Oh,
lost
yeah.
Discord?
Oh, no.
There we go. Now Discord's
What's
back.
happening?
I'm back. Yeah, no, it's okay. I
We're all
lost
good?
Discord for a second.
Can okay,
Lights,
for
camera,
some
and
reason-
action already
Yes.
going.
Hold on. My Streamlabs
Hold,
isn't
hold on,
apparently
quick
picking
chat.
up
Hold on
me.
to something. Hold on to the
Wait,
camera.
okay,
There we
hold
go.
on,
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Yes.
I'm holding on.
Hold on to everything.
Oh my god.
Oh, we're being clapped at.
I'm
We're being
checking.
clapped. Oh no, we're
No,
not being
I'm
clapped at.
checking.
Oh, keep me being silly.
For some reason, audio input is not picking me up? Question mark.
Ruh-roh.
Can someone confirm from the stream end of things?
Alright.
I
Ooh,
can-
unfortunately.
I can't, otherwise you'll hear everybody.
I'm onto it.
To everyone out there in the chats, not
Is it
chaps.
chat?
Oh my god, are we all wearing chaps? I
Everyone
hope
out
so.
there in the
To everyone out there in the
Hello, fam, it's
chats,
chaps.
it wouldn't
Anyone
be.
who's not wearing chaps, you're not included in this hello.
Fine, okay, I'll go.
I'll leave.
Oh dear. No, like seriously, guys, it wouldn't be
Assless
the start
chaps
of.
only.
Oh my god. Oh, actually, on the note of chaps, I'm wearing I'm for the first time like stretchy jeans. So they're jeans,
Ooh.
but they're slightly stretchy, and these are like the comfiest thing ever. Anyway, that wasn't what I was going to say. I was going to say to anyone in all the chats, it wouldn't be the start of D&D without technical difficulties. So just bear with us for a little bit. Now back to the jeans. Oh my god, these are so
Okay,
comfy.
if it wasn't working, it should be working now.
No, they're not jeggings, Archie. No, they're not
I love
jeggings.
me some
No,
jeggings.
no, they're jeans, but they have just a little bit of stretchy give to them.
I love me some
Not jeggings.
They are jeggings.
Okay,
2000%
now
jeggings.
now I'm being called out. Uh-oh.
What I don't see the
Somewhere,
problem.
nothing at
Jeggings
all.
are comfy.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at
Jeggings
all.
Comfy.
Jeggings are the best. I wear them
Stupid
at
picture,
work. They're so good.
Oh dear.
Mrs. All wants to get a
What?
pair of jeggings for me.
No, Alpha, I just got a notification he's playing Resident Evil Village.
Oh, Alpha Wolf, you're going to see the big lady,
The tall lady.
the tall lady.
Big sexy lady.
Oh,
I
the...
might have watched a few gameplay videos of that already.
Ooh. I'm holding off because I want to play it for myself, but it's so
I
hard.
probably won't ever play it, probably. So I don't care about spoilers.
Well, I'll play it at some point.
Yeah.
It'll
We gotta
happen.
get through Dread
Chat
X
will
first.
force me. Chat will literally force me to play it. So.
The tall lady.
But I
after
do
Vader
wanna-
visits.
To anyone who's noticed, we are currently a Cuddly the Raptor short, but she should be here within half an hour.
Yes.
At least that's the intel we got.
She had to take care of a very slippy kangaroo.
One dizzy hoppy boy.
Very
Yep.
dizzy hoppy boy.
Very.
Denim one honk, denim
That
one
kangaroo
honk, denim
was
one honk.
Swaying something terrible.
Oh yeah, it was a wobbly boy.
Silly
I do say
boy.
that would be throw after 3 ciders.
I'm not drink. Well, we haven't done our intro yet, so I'm not going to say what I'm drinking.
No.
Thank you very
I'm just
much.
saying not tonight. I'm just saying you generally after 3 ciders.
Yeah, that's true. I do get tipsy after 3 ciders. Don't at me.
I already acted you in my tweet earlier.
How
Too
rude.
late.
Get added.
You've been added.
You know you
But-
can
Get
at yourself.
notified.
You can add yourself?
You can at yourself in Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I almost did it, but then I thought, nah, that's too weird.
When I think about you, I at myself. Whoa.
Wow.
Wait, hang on. What are we meant to be doing here again?
Anybody else?
What?
Is that
we-
Well,
not...
apparently, there's in my chat, apparently they are eating peanuts, but I would ask that you refrain from eating peanuts because you might kill my partner.
No
Dun,
peanuts,
dun.
Liz.
No peanuts in this
I-
household.
You know what?
Are
You can-
insect cookies okay? Are oat cookies okay?
Yes.
Yes.
If you want to eat peanuts, you can come over to the AussieDevFro chat, guys. I will humbly accept you with open arms.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
Look,
See how it is.
Ruthless.
It's
Ruthless.
not that I
Mercy.
don't accept people. It's just the place refrain from eating peanuts while here. Wow. Way throwing shade, Aussie.
Now
I don't
now I
know.
wish I
How
had
are
like
you
pan.
doing? Let's see how much damage Rudy just took.
Let's drag him off.
Target.
No!
A chunk
No.
of ice just fell, hit you in the head.
Oh, damn. If only I had like a handful of peanuts to hold up to the camera, you know? That would have really made the moment.
I mean, I got a whole jar of peanuts and cashews.
All right.
But you didn't do the thing.
The thing?
You
The
gotta
thing?
you gotta do the jar song. If you're bringing up a jar.
I got a jar of nuts. I got a jar of nuts. And good
There's a
thing
jar
I-
song?
Yeah, the jar of dirt song.
The jar of dirt.
I got a jar of dirt. I got a
okay,
jar of
let's-
dirt.
let's-
And guess what's
Oh.
inside it?
Distract us from this horrible show that we got going right now
How?
by instead
feel like that's
introducing
pointed at
the
someone.
characters we will be playing instead of ourselves.
Ah,
Wait,
Let's
what?
start with Orb. What do you do
Hi.
here?
I am Weatherstall. As you can see, I am the moist boy. I play Arthur Orblet the Third. Don't forget the third. He is an archer that is just menacing to the group.
And what are you drinking today?
Today I am drinking. Well, I'm not going to say what it is, but it's
No.
just 101. 101. That's it.
okay.
You're
Ozzy,
drinking
you've
something.
passed on your internet issues to me.
I have. I did see the camera skip there.
The actual panic looked on Denny.
Yeah, that was a
No, no.
very panicked look.
As Denny is freaking out, we're going to go to Roju.
Oh, hello. Yeah, that's me. I'm Roju. My channel's Participation Award. I'm playing Gerald, the actually a warlock, but says he's a wizard. And you know, he might even believe he's a wizard, honestly. Yet to be decided. But yeah, he's tries not to be a menace to the party, but probably is inadvertently. But he tries. That's the main thing.
I think everybody in the party tries. It's just,
Yeah, none of us are successful. That's all.
God, no, not in the slightest.
Arthur's successful at being menacing.
There's a reason I call us dysfunctional on Twitter.
How, like, genuinely, how long does it take for an adventuring party to become a well-oiled machine? Usually, it requires a few deaths.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's a good thing Rudy's about to have a bunch of ice drop on him, right? So
I keep
Speaking
telling
of
you guys.
Rudy.
Yeah, speaking of Rudy, hello, I'm AussieDevFro. I am playing Rudy Magic Fingers McGee, the party's cleric. Magic Fingers?
Magic
What?
Fingers?
Magic
you
Fingers?
change it?
No. What do you mean?
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
Magic Hands!
Right
Oh, fuck,
here.
I did. Oh my god, it's Magic
Oh.
Hands. Wow, identity crisis. Oh, you know, okay, no, I'm
Twist.
thinking of Binding of Isaac because there's an item called Magic Fingers. Sorry, mine somewhere else entirely. Far out. Magic Hands McGee. Oh my god, wow, I just flubbed that. Anyway, he's invincible, but you know that we'll get to that when we get to that. Anyway, I'm also drinking coffee.
oh yeah, I'm drinking water, but that's usual. 'Cause I finished
That's
my
the
coffee.
usual.
That's it. Stream over restart.
Shut everything down.
Cut. Wait, it's okay. We'll edit in post.
Dice Queen,
Follow
thank
the
you for that
lines,
uwu.
guys.
Thank you.
We gotta
Oh,
follow
dear.
the lines.
The
Josie
li-
works hard giving us the lines.
The
We gotta follow them.
lines. Oh, was
I
that?
spent all week writing the script.
Oh shit! That's what I've got here.
Hey, you
Fuck!
get lines?
I didn't
Oh,
read
yeah.
that. Oh no.
Yeah, that's why you've been having so much issue with Gerald. You never
Yeah.
stick to the script.
He never has any idea what's going on.
No. And last but not absolutely least.
Ah, yes, I will be playing Dasgus, the mighty barbarian warrior. Honk into battle with his mighty great axe. But for tonight, I am not drinking anything special, just some Earl Grey tea, but it is special for me.
Nice.
Some
Are you
very
putting out the
fancy
finger?
mug.
Are you putting out the finger?
What is it? Pinkies out situation.
Yeah, there we go.
Pinkies
Yeah,
out.
I think we can all get behind a bit of pinky out
Yeah,
situation.
pinky's
Come on,
out.
come on, I'll do that.
I know. That's
Roger,
right,
get your pinky out.
Oh.
Oh. One is not like the other one.
One of these things does not belong.
But we
There
will
we
soon
go.
be. There we go. We have a lovely Joseph Pozo
We do.
who is
What do you
hosting
mean
this lovely
you're
campaign.
down there? You're
How
down
deadly
there.
would
I'm
But
up
maybe
Imagine
you're down
here.
here.
Yeah.
No, this makes no sense.
No.
Close the
I'm
stream,
always
restart.
right. It's like rule 1, the DM is always right. Rule 2, see rule 1. Rule 3, if you can't follow rule 2, see rule 1. That's how it goes.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
That's
Josie's
what
on
it
my
was.
right, so she's always right.
Is
Yeah,
rule,
me and
rule 4,
Orver right here.
can rule 4 be profit?
No, I'm wrong side.
The rule 4 is question mark. Rule 5 is
Okay, right.
But yes, I'm Joseph Poser. I'm hosting this. I'm the dungeon mistress. I run the game, and I am drinking something I can no longer taste. Sad to say.
Aw.
It's. But we're having a good one. We're powering through for the D&Ds, and we will be joined by Cuddly Raptor in a little bit. Hopefully, that's as far as we know.
hopefully
But
without
if we
any
can-
giant kangaroos in the background.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
I mean, honestly, I hope for giant kangaroos in the background. Honestly, that would be great.
Yeah. I mean, Cuddly did promise us a gutting. So if Cuddly shows up without blood. No, I'm kidding. We're not gonna
Did
go there.
we say kangaroos?
There we go. There's a kangaroo in the background.
There is a kangaroo. It's a very. Unless you.
Thank you so much for the follow, mate. I really do appreciate it. Guys, get some hype in the chat for our latest friendo. Thank you
Who
so
the
much,
hell
mate.
broke the realities again?
All right, who spiked my food?
I'd be asking who invited Pegasus and why did he play Toontown?
Oh,
Wow, terrible.
Who are you?
yeah, little terrible. That's alright. Normally, it's the indicator that it's time to get started when you get the bad jokes.
It is, and we've got like it's a 1:45 according to my clock, and let's do a quick little recap. Last week, you resumed the battle against the zombie beholder known as the Meatball, and
The not
you
so
also-
forbidden meatball. Sorry.
The not so forbidden meatball.
Yeah.
Not so
And the masked assailant wearing the dual-bladed scythe. And throughout the combat, Arthur fired off quite a hefty amount of shots into the meatball that eventually fell. And on the other side of the map, we had Rudy and Goose going at it against the masked person. Rudy trying to pull some cool stunts, ended up on the ground. Standing back up, attempted some more cool stuff, ended up on the ground again. First time from falling, second time from a slight case of near death.
Again,
Very neat.
invincible. Got back up. I'm fine.
Got back up thanks to the combined efforts of Gerald and Arthur. Your safety was guaranteed.
Invincible.
I mean, is it invincibility if it's not you? If it's just like the power of luck?
power of
Is it
friendship.
still you who are
It's the
invincible?
power of friendship.
It's certainly not invincibility when I lose
But-
all my frames, but yeah, go on.
Invincibility frames?
No.
No
We're
one can
back.
hurt you if you lose all the frames.
no iframes for you.
No iframes for me.
But as the combat concluded, there was some arguments done regarding if you should have actually killed the assailant or not, but you had some thoughts on how you could make sure there was an interrogation made available. And you also, inside the beholder, found what looked to be an arm that Rudy wrapped in a blanket strapped to his back. You also grabbed the scythe and some other items from the individual in question, and as Gerald went outside to check on things, you saw what looked to be a massive horde, legion, army, battalion, whatever, a great amount of creature heading north, and the mine guard as well fell before you and rose once again to join the traipse north. And we ended up with Arthur on a horse, Gerald on a broom, taking off towards the city of Bora to report what had happened, while the others were walking through the tunnels discussing if it was collapsible or not.
Okay. There we go. So that would mean... Hang on. So that would be Rudy and Dust Goose. And Nana would just be trailing behind.
Exactly.
In this situation, since alrighty. Well, I mean,
Who you picked up the scythe, by the way?
I believe Arthur did.
Ah.
Arthur has the scythe. You have the armor. Rudy has the hand and the ring, I think, as well.
I've got the potion.
You got the potion. Dasgoose has the thought of a job well done. Since Dasgoose did the final move.
Oh yeah.
And decapitated our foe.
And Goose gave me the short sword.
Goose did give you the short sword. That's right.
You thought you finally found you worthy of it.
I am worthy. Memes here.
You're not now rolling.
I'm so worthy.
Oh dear. But yeah, I think because we're getting away from what seems to be another mini horde that's climbing up from the mine shaft.
Climbing up, are they?
They were climbing over each other and like sort of forming a mass on one side, and eventually they would spill on over.
Trying to like human ladder it out with.
At least that's what it sounded like to me.
I mean, anything could be possible. You all turned your backs to it.
See, now I feel bad about it, but we're kind of let's deal with what Gerald said was a big problem, and we can deal with this other big problem later. But yeah, I suppose we just keep walking. Does Goose have any ideas on anything we can figure out while we're going? Does Goose need any healing while we're going?
The Goose would wish his frames came back.
You're coming in through fine for us. I think it might just be an OBS thing.
Oh no, because even like everything is just like I'm losing you guys on my Google Meet. Everything looks like it's kind of disconnecting and reconnecting. This is whack. But anyways,
yeah, I will also say, as Aussie said, everything you coming through visual and audio clear for me.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good at least. At least on you guys, that's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, Das Goose is still kind of like reeling over the, just kind of letting himself go like that. He hasn't been in that kind of state before.
It was a pretty violent final assault there. It was a little scary, actually.
He scared himself in that regard.
Yeah. I've never seen the full rage of the dire goose.
And yeah, he is still feeling that kind of like rage, still kind of like dwelling within him, like that fire still hasn't quite gone out yet.
But yeah, I think we're just moving.
Yeah, feathers off.
Oh dear.
You could almost say he's having goosebumps.
Hey, maybe.
A goose with goosebumps.
Nice.
Would that be me bumps?
That's goosebumps.
So, what are y'all doing?
Well, me and Arthur
Rudy and Goose, are you just walking through the tunnel?
I don't think there's really too much.
Definitely heading out. I don't know if we've seen everything just yet.
Yeah,
I think
as you're walking through,
straight up.
definitely you see traces of blood pooling. You pass where the bodies should have been, but they're gone. There's definitely signs of dragging. And even you can see as you're passing through other like forks in the road, there's definitely like bodily fluids, there's scrapings coming from the other side paths as well. Yeah, and George is gone. I'm being reminded that we also had a guest last week for
We will remember
you.
you.
Will you remember me?
George, the very helpful bard,
That's
who
right.
got
helpful.
spirited away.
The most helpful of bards.
Yeah, most helpful at stealing our things.
Speaking of which, have we
But
checked
as
everything?
eventually you come out into the night air as well, and it's dark. Arthur, you've got dark. No, Arthur, you're already ways away. I believe Nana has dark vision. The rest of you, there's a lantern hanging by the little shed by the entrance. But besides that, darkness for Goose and Rudy.
Can we see like what's going on in the town and like what?
No, it's far away.
Okay.
Even at the pace of horse and broom, it's going to take maybe 40 minutes to get to the city.
What if I become Big Goose?
It doesn't really affect your speed.
Ah, damn.
But if you started jogging, you would get there faster than Rudy and Nana.
Might be
Unless
worth.
Nana wild shaped, I guess.
Yeah.
But we can't really make that decision without Cuddly here. Let's just just assume we move at max speed and make our way.
Just start heading towards the town. Yeah.
Are you doing anything for light?
Rudy can cast light. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I just actually realized why my internet was being shitty. My phone was connected to the Wi-Fi and downloading shit. So there you go. Go figure. Yep. Rudy will cast light. Thankfully, it's a cantrip. I just remembered that. He'll cast it on Goose's axe. So as long as Goose has his axe out, it'll be displaying light. I'm assuming Goose will be in front of Nana and Rudy, or Nana would be on Goose's shoulder. Yeah. I feel like we'll be pretty okay there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you start trudging through the snow, the night is clear. You can see stars, and you can definitely see the light of the city further ahead, but it still is quite a distance. Now, having gotten... we fast forward a little bit as galloping through, and I'm assuming that for light, Gerald, I don't know if you're doing some flamey cantrips to just give yourself a little bit of light source.
Well, it depends. Like, if there's enough light from the town, I can just fly high enough that I'm not worried about trees, and then just
yeah. It's just that you might lose sight of Arthur, who can see in the darkness.
Well, because I figure that Arthur's horse is like a little bit faster than the broom can move, but I can move in a straight line and he has to wind. So I figure we'll be making it essentially the same pace.
Yeah, if you go high enough to use the city as a landmark, there is a point where, as you're both now speeding through, you're coming closer to the city. There's a point where you hear a voice that goes, "Halt! Who nears the city in such haste?"
Oh, do I hear this, or is this Arthur?
It booms through, and you can see, using also the backlight of the city, you can see the voice doesn't come from the wall, but up on the wall on a palisade, you can see one of the frost giants holding a ballista and is trailing you.
Oh. I sort of like slow, so I'm not like charging, so it's apparently that I'm not charging at him. And I'm just sort of like gonna, lower down and, be like, don't shoot, please don't shoot. My name is Gerald, the wizard. We have grave news that we must urgently get to what's the name of the Midwinters. We must speak to Carther or even Lena, but it's imperative.
Please, sir, please land. And you can see that the voice is coming from further down, and you can see one giant that is standing like at the actual entrance through the through the wall and has like held up Arthur as well on the horse.
Yes, of course. Land. Everything.
And
everything's good.
And did you see it is the same guard as it was when you went through to the other side? Gives you a quick once over and says, "Midwinters, why? What happened over at the mines?"
Okay. Where do I even start? Everyone is turned into the living dead. Not our party. We managed to survive and take out some enemy forces, but all the prisoners, including the guards outside the mine, including who knows however many others, have all been killed and then come back from the dead as abominations of some sort and are moving together as an army, being led by some demonic lady with winglings, and there's just so many things happening. We need to speak to the Midwinters.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
As you can see, one guard looks at the other, and they're kind of just smirking, like very much get a load of this guy. What's this? What is this one been drinking? 11.
Yeah.
And they look at each other. One looks at you and says, "You had a bit to drink on the road. The emptiness of the sky boring for you?" They turn towards Arthur and go, "What really happened?"
Arthur jumps off his horse and pulls out the eye of this being, and I then describe the battle that we had in. I say to them, "This is from that beast. From that beast."
Yes, it was like a big ball with that eye that he's holding in the middle of it that had little wavy tentacle things with smaller eyes on them. Some of them were dead looking. It's a nightmare.
Everything this man has said is true. Gerald is a trusted friend. He knows what is happening. You need to go to your captain, get on high alert. We need to go to the Midwinters now.
Gerald kind of like looks at Arthur as he's saying this, like not quite expecting those words to be coming out of that mouth.
He's trying to persuade. That's all.
Make a persuasion check with advantage because now you're both putting effort towards this.
Hey.
Acrobatics, performance, persuasion. Oh, great.
Well, you roll with advantage. 14 is still an improvement. Click again. You have advantage.
It's like -1.
14, I'll say 14, considering that you provide evidence and both your stories are corroborated. They still look a bit tentative, but eventually one of them goes, Go find the captain. I'll lead him towards the Midwinters. We'll meet you there, but I won't let them in just yet, okay? And they start mumbling amongst each other.
And I mentioned, I understand your hesitance, but hurry. There is an entire army of these things heading north right as we speak. This is urgent. Hurry. Fly, you fools.
As you say that, as you say that, they do furrow their brows, but they do give a nod. One takes away jogging. The other one sort of like starts leading you all through, and you come through, and you're at this giant, large building where you saw people walking through back and forth before. The giant asks you to stop, puts his head through the door, says something, and you can see two other giants come out. One of them is like just getting crumbs out of their beard. The other one seems to be stretching, and they take up post as this one giant starts leading you towards the Midwinter Manor.
Can we sort of pick up the pace where very dangerous things are happening?
We're everything in its time.
In our
you
time,
start moving. You're pretty much you're like on the broom, on the horse, and this giant is power walking, keeping pace with the horse.
All right, cool. That's fine.
Okay.
So you are moving faster than you would if you were both on foot.
Fickle.
And as you eventually get to the wrought fence that surrounds the entire manor, you can see a handful of guards that are congregated talking, most of them giant. One of them turns and you can see she looks feminine, got completely shaved head with tattoos all over it, and is carrying what looks to be a large shield on the back as well as a massive hammer hanging at the side, and says, "So I hear you have a story. Please reiterate for me what you've told."
Arthur would like to pull out the eye and go, "This is evidence that Gerald knows the full story. You take it away, mate."
Yeah, I'm basically going to give like the most succinct recount of all of the events that that have transpired basically previous episode.
And you see as you're talking, this woman looks down towards a non-giant guard, looks to be half elven actually, dressed in very thick cloaks, and you've seen these kinds of it's like they've been either dyed white or they come from some light furred creature, and is nodding, taking this in, and then just pulls out what looks to be a feather, a white, thick plume feather, and whispers to it, and grabs it in the hand, and then as they open the hand, a little bird pops up, and the bird flies away.
Ooh, cute.
And says, "I've sent a message to the rangers to the west. We should be hearing back within the hour about this horde that you've mentioned."
Yes, please.
And as they're standing there, the guard captain, you would assume the woman with the shield, is talking to someone on the other side of the fence, who then starts walking up the hill towards the manor. And she says, "Let's wait here to see. The council has they have ceased any activity for the night. We shall see if we can get a hold of Cartha and get an early verdict of what to do." And then stops talking, and it basically everyone now is just standing, waiting.
I am a little, excuse me, I am a little concerned that our less hasty friends are still making their way back to the city. I kind of would like to know that they're safe. What with all those beasts out there?
Well, if they're following the path, they should be safe. If they're coming this way, we can send word. And she gestures towards one of the guards, who they all look kind of restless, like some of them were awoken for this. And one walks up, half groggy, like trying desperately to wake up, and says, "Yeah, I'll go to the southern gate and make sure that the rest of these take descriptions and make sure that they are brought here upon arrival." Yes? And the person nods and starts like trying to amp themselves up, get a pep to the step, and take off towards the gates. And a handful of minutes later, there is the one who went up to the manor does come back down, says something through the gate, and the guard captain turns back to you all and says, We've been told that you are to return to your suite at the Bramblefrost Inn. Your friends will be sent there, and you will be called when there is the council has had time to reconvene and news from the rangers has been gathered."
All right. Well, I guess if
Please
you guys are on top
rest
of it, then...
assured the city is heavily guarded. If they are coming this way, do not worry, we can handle it. Just, it's late. And there's a few people who nod in agreement. Just go back to your rooms, get some rest. This could take hours, and news will be brought to you upon the morrow.
Are there any towns just out of curiosity? Are there any towns to the north, or anything they might be heading towards? Do you think?
To the north, if you just considering the directions you described, there's nothing really. They will eventually come upon the river.
All right. Well, I guess we've done our job. Shall we retire, Arthur?
Look, I'd rather go wait at the gate for our friends before we retire. That's just me personally. I can't sort of sit still without them being here very shortly. You're more than welcome to retire, but I do have some hot cocoa if you'd like to come and join me. I've actually got a potion that I wouldn't mind you having a look at, if that's okay.
I might be able to do that for you. Keep my mind off things, I suppose.
So Arthur would like to offer a hot cocoa to Gerald.
Go for it.
Knowing that he's got some fears about it, he sort of pulls it, puts it on the ground, and go.
You like when you pour, like the moment you start pouring it and the liquid starts pouring out, you see him sort of flinch a little bit.
Puts the cup on the ground and it backs away from it. Look, Gerald, I know you have some.
Like you see Gerald
Some reservations.
You see Gerald sort of like looking at you, looking down at the cocoa, and sort of looking at you and looking down at the cocoa, and then kind of like like that sort of scared feral animal kind of thing where they like go out and grab the thing and then back away. It's kind of like that, but a human.
Yeah.
Imagine Gerald just turned into an opossum or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And Arthur turns around. Oh, Gerald, I do solely, apologize for that incident with the cocoa, and I'm glad we're sort of worked past that. But like I said,
I did want to talk to you about it at some point, Arthur, because it seems that the rest of them don't seem to think that you're trying to kill me. And you've shown at least some signs of that being the case, I think.
Look, like I said, I tried to explain this to the other group. They didn't really, I don't know. It's just, I thought I heard something and I don't know what about it. I just had to figure out that sound and I wasn't thinking clearly, and I do apologize, and I think it's all in my head. I think the sound was in my head.
I appreciate that. If you've got, you can always ask me things. Arthur, you don't need to resort to hot cocoa. You can just say, "Hey, Gerald, blah blah blah. What is this?"
Yeah,
and I'll be like, "Well, Arthur, blah blah blah. This is what it is." I really don't know how that all came about, but I do regret my part in it as well, somewhat.
Well,
I was just reacting on instinct. I've had some hard times in the past, and I've seen some things that have left me with a very delicate constitution, you could say, which I think I mentioned when we last had our small chat.
Yes,
incredibly briefly before the incident.
Yes, incredibly, and I, like I said, I do apologize, but just to put my mind at ease, so was it in my head?
Was what in your head?
The voice, the sound.
Are you hearing voices, Arthur?
I might. Do you know how to get them out?
Well, I mean, it depends where these voices came from, and I guess what they're telling you. They aren't telling you to throw hot cocoa in your friends' faces, are they?
Look, I would.
Because that would be problematic. I don't wish another round of that. If you hear them saying that, Arthur, please don't listen.
It's not so much voices; it was sounds more than anything. But it must be just in my head. Let's go towards the gate, and I'm going to give you this potion if you don't mind looking at it.
Of course. I mean, Arthur, I did want to say as well that again, I also apologize for my part in things, and I'm willing to put it as a misunderstanding for now, because I trust the others, and they seem to think that it was fine, I suppose, and perhaps I was reacting.
You've cut out for
Ooh,
me.
Oh, yeah, he died.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
There you go.
You went
That's
under the sea for a bit.
I
see.
Or as far as my part of it, I may have been just reacting out of fear as well. But I also, even more than that, I would love to be able to trust you, and as much as I trust the rest of the party. And even before the incident, Arthur, I feel that perhaps we're not all necessarily on the same page all of the time, and I would very much like to feel safe in your presence again, because I do. It's been a long time since I've had a group of people that I would want to try and consider to be my friends, and it would be devastating for me if I had to be alone again. I didn't have a good time by myself, and this is partly why I joined the guild in the first place, was so I didn't have to deal with the world's horrors on my own, and my own horrors on my own.
Look, Gerald, you never have to deal with those horrors by yourself anymore. I apologize, and I won't act that way. I'll always ask every time now, even if I think it's the minute thing of just like, hey mate, can you just move over a little bit, instead of just giving you a shove. I'll talk to you.
That would be appreciated. My ribs get very bruised after.
Hey mate, do you mind moving over? Hot cocoa to the face. Sorry, I had to. Sorry. I've been sitting here inactive for too long. I had to joke.
And there's like a hot marshmallow that's like stuck and just scalding its way down. Like,
What? You're in my way. You're in front of the TV. I can see. Sorry, I broke the moment. I apologize. Do with me as you will.
Anyway,
But yes, Gerald, like, I don't want you to not trust me or be afraid of me. So, therefore, I'm just going to do the best I can for you. And Arthur's going to attempt, like Step Brothers, like sort of thing. He's going to attempt that sort of hug where he comes in sort of.
Oh, I don't have visuals on. I can't see.
Sort of,
just like a super awkward hug.
Yeah, super awkward pat on the back.
Right? Gerald just kind of stands there like
not really sure
arms
what
like
to
sort
do.
of pinned to the side,
and
kind of
sort
thing,
of like,
just like getting hugged, and sort of arms come out, kind of like this, like.
Thank you for describing it. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And as this awkward hug hands over, we fade to black, and we fast forward a little bit. You're at the gates. If Gerald want to ritual cast Identify on the potion,
yes,
while
I
you're
will
waiting.
identify the potion.
It is a potion of climbing.
Handy.
Very good.
And eventually, the rest of the troop comes into visual from the searchlight of the walls, and you are all gathered together, and you move yourselves. You've been told to go back to the inn. You make your way back. You settle down back in the room. It's in the middle of the night. You're back down subterranean. There's furs and pelts everywhere. The fire is crackling. Seems like housekeeping has been refreshing the logs ever so often. You can all see there's fresh linens. There's fresh water in the wash basins.
Cool.
And as the rest
cozy.
of the party arrives at the gate, Gerald's like, Rudy, Goose, Nana, I'm glad you're all well. We've already been to see the Midwinters. They seem to be taking everything under control. I think our job here is more or less done. I think for now, I think they'll have further need for us, perhaps for details. But for now, we've been remanded back to the inn.
So you warned them of the horde, so to speak. Yes.
We told them the whole story.
Yep.
And Arthur very handily had the eye of the meatball.
Although we might have to amend that story a little in the morning. It's just a small thing, just a little thing. Not like we couldn't really do anything about it at the time because you weren't here, and fire. You do fire so well.
Fire, yes.
Yes. Look, you know how we had that amazing showdown with the meatball and the masked man, and Rudy jiggles the sort of the wrapped thing in my.
It is terrifying, but yes, I know what you're referring to.
Turns out, all of the miners and guards and like it just think about what happened to the people in the tunnel. Think about everything that could have happened to all the others in the mine.
You can see he's already picking up what you're putting down.
Also be a little undead.
Rudy, you starting to scare him.
Yeah, no, yeah. There's a full
I
line.
didn't actually see.
You didn't know. Neither Arthur or Gerald did.
Yeah.
And
bit of squirming body parts.
so
we
lacked the ability to do anything. I mean, what do? Do you jump in and start hacking away, or
Lord no.
Yeah.
Become a flesh mecha.
That's a good idea at all.
That was a good idea, Goose. I did like that idea, but it would have been very, very messy.
I mean,
of course.
We could happily. Let me see.
This might require a checkup in the morning because I think by this, it's I don't know what time it is, but it's I feel like
maybe the city is perfectly capable of handling it, and we can just dust our hands of it.
I'm a little worried about just leaving it as it is. Just looked like a pretty big deal for them to be so nonchalant.
How about in the morning we go?
City of giants with huge ballista-like things.
And imagine if they turn into the undead things.
I'm sure they've been able to handle themselves. They've assured us as much. But that being said, just so it doesn't become our problem, I feel we should definitely tell them about that ASAP as well.
Yes.
Because that might be a... Oh, excuse me, I'm having
Should we not tell them now?
All this undead stuff's giving me a bit of indigestion.
Well, actually, if you really want to go into like the details and what's going... All right. Well, how about did anyone see blasted it, I've forgotten her name. Madam Tusk. Yes? Tusk? Was it Tusk? Oh god, was it Tusk?
It is Madam Tusk.
Am I being okay? Thank you. Thank you, Arthur. Oh, I'm glad you have a good knowledge of remembering our friends and patrons. And okay, how about we see if Madam Tusk is still awake and she can maybe send a message off to the guard as well.
I like that idea. I like that idea.
Rudy writes out an amendum regarding Gerald's initial, Gerald and Arthur's initial, warning, and gets Gerald to sign it as well. Just so they know it.
Be the one delivering it.
Oh, of course. Now, Arthur, this is a very Arthur. Don't get distracted. Yes. Don't get distracted, buddy. You just got to give her the message. Don't hold her up because it's very important.
Arthur sort of puts his arm around Rudy and goes, "Sure, only if you tell me that skill that you're using back there, like that jump." That was fast.
I do not know what came over me. I do not know what came over me. And honestly, I think I was just a little too excited Because did you see the decay on that creature? It was like it should have been in pieces, but it wasn't, and it was just like, how was it making noise? I would have loved to study it a bit more, but
Rudy.
Yes.
Your moves, I'm just saying top class. Arthur approve. Arthur approves.
Arthur, I'm happy to go into any detail you want regarding my hop, skip, and a trip. But you gotta, and Rudy's now pushing him out the door. You gotta get this message out now. It's important.
And then Arthur, knowing he's meeting Madame Tusk, goes for a bit of a jog towards the
Little skip in his step.
Did they,
Yes.
DM, did they leave any guards for us or anything?
No.
Or are they sort of just okay, cool. So
Yep.
Getting a message probably
They just
first thing then.
told you, but telling Madame Tusk, Arthur, you walk up, you find Madame Tusk isn't. There's a bell. It's the middle of the night. You can see it's dimly lit. Seems to be no one really working. You see one person. You can hear one person moving around in the kitchen, but there's a little bit of a bell at the front desk. You ring it, and after a minute or so, Madame Tusk does step out of her office. She takes the note.
Arthur sort of
and
like
says-
making himself clean in that minute or two. Just,
She seems she nonchalantly doesn't really pay any attention to that. She takes the note, takes the request, and then she folds it up. She brings it back to her office, and a few minutes later she comes back out, looks a little bit more distinguished, and she then walks into the kitchen. And after a while again, you can see what looks to be a gnomish fella comes out of the kitchen holding the note and heads out through the front door.
Cool.
Thank you, Madame Tusk, for doing this for us. It's of the most thank you for doing it for us, Madame Tusk.
You're very welcome, Arthur, but I must get back to sleep if there's nothing else.
Wow.
Whoa! That was not what Rudy asked.
Oh, yeah.
She smirks a little bit and says, "Good night, Arthur."
Arthur looks down at his shoes and sort of kicks it and goes, "Good night, Madame Tusk."
How can Arthur be
Still
so
calling her Madame
bashful and yet
Tusk,
so
like,
confident?
Oh my god!
Did you ever get her first name?
I don't think we did.
No.
He's like, call me Madame Tusk.
I feel like Madame Tusk with Arthur Orblet is a bit like Lady D in the internet. I think is Arthur's just like step
What
on
I'm
me,
hearing is that
uwu,
Arthur's a
and
bottom,
yeah, and Tusk stepped on him once and now is making him play hard, playing hard to get.
Arthur grabs a glass of wine and takes a seat while he waits for the rest of the group to get there. Just sort of
Wait.
Oh no,
We're
you
not-
should be coming back.
No, Arthur, we're going to bed.
Yeah, late at night.
Nighttime.
I hope
Arthur
you're not
has
sitting
a
outside.
glass of wine and then goes to bed.
Very good.
I hope you weren't going to sit outside her door and wait until the next morning.
Before you actually go to bed, though, there's a couple of things that I want to do. So, first of all, I do want to say, I had a bit of time flying through the cold night sky to cool down a little bit. Goose, I do want to apologize for yelling at you, and Rudy and Nana as well. This has been a very stressful trip for me for many reasons, and I just want us to be successful and go home and be safe and have this whole. This has been far more than I signed up for. This adventure. Let's go back to our small jobs where it's good pay and easy winnings. I'm sorry I blew up at you.
But didn't you want to go down as in the books as Gerald the Wizard, the Great, like someone that's made something of themselves? Don't you want to be someone who's made like a name where people will go, oh yes, Gerald the wizard was amazing wizard, and
Well, if I'm honest, Arthur, I'd like the only name I want is one that causes people not to attack me. So in that respect, I seek power purely just so that I don't get bothered. More than anything.
I respect that. I really do.
I think I can understand, Gerald, exactly where you're coming from. I really do, mate. I really, really do. How about, because obviously, you know, our next adventure or pathway. I mean, we've got to help Goose out. Like we can't ignore Goose's swan in distress. That has to be dealt with. But how about? And I think and he looks at Arthur and Goose and goes, making sure, and Nana and going like, as long as everyone agrees, maybe we could let you decide the next task if you want to keep performing tasks with the guild with us. That is, how about we let you pick the next one?
No, I couldn't. No. I don't want that responsibility, Rudy. That's far too much pressure.
All right, fine. We will find the nearest crypt and delve its secrets.
I don't want to pull rank here, Rudy.
Wait, no one else wants
valuable but safe secrets.
But the markings of the bones, like we could learn so much about how these people died and how I could prevent that from happening to you guys.
Rudy.
No, we don't need something so complicated.
Rudy,
I know what you need, Gerald. I know what you need. You need a mighty quest to fight the great beast. We go together and we fell the great monster and we bring it back as a trophy.
Goose, no, the opposite of that. That sounds like I'll be eaten.
Look, Rudy, not to pull rank, Rudy, or anything, but look,
rank.
We
smell. No, I don't. We have been fighting. I think we could all do with a bit of a bath.
We get given.
Just on that note, I can quietly cast prestidigitation on Rudy.
Oh, wait.
Just give him a bit of a clean off.
Rudy, you can't really do that, as we get given the tasks from our guild. We don't just do what we want.
Oh.
That's why we're doing this. They asked us to do this, like every other job. We
were sent on this mission. Yes,
we were sent on this mission. I thought this was a special case. I'm sorry. Fine. I'll just.
Obviously, they put the best team together for the job.
I mean, they did, didn't they? They did.
But look.
You know what? Let's. We can. We've got a trip. We've got a long trip going back. We can discuss that when we get to that.
More capable people than me.
Oh, come on, Gerald. What did I just say about your fire flinging skills? Like, what's that pew pew you do all the time? Like, I don't know. It's amazing. You go bam bam bam. It's fantastic.
Yes, it's pew. Yes, pew pew. Something. Yeah, something like that. As far as your undead problem, I did have a thought. If we end up having to deal with it, as long as they're not actively aggressive towards us, as long as they're down in the hole, I did think that if we just, set up shop there, I could throw a couple of fireballs down the hole. We have a little rest for an hour. I throw another 2 fireballs down the hole. Have another little rest for an hour. Throw another 2 fireballs down the hole. See where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see where you're going. But what if there's more things than fireballs?
Then I'll
how out there is what we do, Arthur.
Well, I mean, Gerald, we can do more than just fireballs. I mean, if I have a bit of rest, I can certainly hit a few more home runs if you want.
Well, I'm thinking about doing it from the safety of an elevated position and just shooting the fish in the barrel.
Not that I want to go simple and non-magical on you guys, but alcohol is flammable, is it not?
This is true.
And you've got giants here that would probably drink a lot, right?
Are you thinking of some sort of flaming oil flask or alchemist's fire or something?
Look, I saw something on that sort of lines there, yes.
Well, it sounds like we've got some options, but hopefully we don't have to. Honestly, I'd just like to go home and help Goose with his friend. Beyond
Arthur's
better, less ground shattering.
Hey, thank you so much for the raid. All Things Fantasy. Hello, how you doing? Release the birds. Hello. All Things Fantasy. Jasmine Bailey. Hello. Oh, look at those awesome birds. Thank you. Thank you so much for the raid, and thank you so much for the follow as well. Welcome on in, everybody. Hello. I hope how's your Mortal Kombat? I hope it was I do enjoy a bit of Mortal Kombat myself. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at it, but I love fighting. I love fighting games. They're absolutely really cool. Especially the ones with better story modes as we go. Ree Shinobi, hello. Laura Bones, hello. How you doing? Yes, welcome in, everybody. Hello. Hope you had a wonderful night. Button mashing for the win. Always button mashing for the win. Yes. You guys are terrible as well? We'll get along great then. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Hello. My name's AussieDevFro. I'm a variety streamer here in Australia, Melbourne, Australia to be exact. And right now we're playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of other webcams on at the moment because my internet's being really jittery and juddery. It's not a great day for the internet for me here. But the audio's coming in crystal clear. So, hang on.
Gerald gets ready with these items. Everyone starts to settle down a little bit. We're gonna go on a quick little break, and when we get back, Cuddly should be ready to join us.
Excellent, awesome. That's
Arthur
great to hear.
Orblet's gonna ask Gerald, "Can you just move over a little bit, please?"
No, not the... Oh dear. But yes, welcome in, guys. So I do apologize in advance for you guys not being able to see all my lovely co-streamers tonight. I'm just gonna lower their volume again. So yeah, I'm playing. We're playing a custom campaign, and well, sorry, it is very hard to concentrate when they're chatting in my ear. Alrighty. But yeah, we're playing with a couple of other Aussies, and a couple of we'll have Cuddly Raptor joining us soon, and Josie Poser, who you can see over here, is our lovely DM. Although you can't really see because it's just audio right now. Why do Australians have such bad internet? Honestly, that's a question I've been asking myself for a long time. Where I live, my Ethernet connection's really, like, the house is quite old, so the Ethernet connection's not that great. So I have a mobile 4G connection, and I'll soon hopefully move into a place that has a 5G connection. And then at the very least, I'll be able to get things running. Like, on a normal day, like, normally I play something like Final Fantasy Online or some Monster Hunter Rise is the other game I'm playing at the moment. Those games come through fine. Like, I can stream those absolutely fine. But with DnD, because I'm receiving, 6 video feeds and then trying to pump out my own stream, it just overloads the poor little mobile router. Yeah, cough, NBN. Oh dear. But yes, welcome in. If you're looking for a sort of a chill, nice little bit of background fun, that's pretty much what we do here. We're quite a slow campaign, but there's a lot of roleplay, a lot of character to character interaction. And yeah, Ree Shinobi, it is an older house, unfortunately. But, I mean, look, them's the ropes, Melbourne's an old city, so you got a lot of old places. But yeah, so just as a quick heads up, for D&D, I tend to interact more with chat via text, so it seems a little funky for a streamer to only really interact via text, but, most of the game is focused on interaction with the other players. So I will resume chatting with the other players right now, even though we're on a bit of a break. But I will endeavor to, continue chatting with you guys via the text chat as well. But yeah, I hope you do enjoy the rest of the night as well. And if you do have to head off, if you just came in on the raid, that is totally fine as well. I understand, different time zones and all that sort of jazz. But yeah, sit in, grab a coffee or a tea, and I do hope you continue to enjoy yourself. Who am I playing? Actually, you know what? That is a great idea, a great question. Give me a second, and I'll get everyone to sound off. And thank you, Ree Shinobi, for the follow as well, buddy. Thank you so much.
Goldeny flavor.
Right.
Alrighty, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm back. We just did a bit of a raid.
Good.
So, hey, Cuddly's here. Yes. Yay!
Type in all chats for the cuddly raptor.
Could I get a quick sound off from everybody, because I've just got a couple of new people in chat who are asking who we're playing, what are we playing, how are we playing. Oh, bye, Cuddly Raptor. So Josie, do you mind introducing yourself first, and then we can go from there?
Do we wait for Cuddly to settle in?
We can wait for Cuddly to pop in.
Oh, don't forget to mute yourself on Discord. And unmute in the group chat.
All the mutes. All the mutes.
Mute the Discord.
Yeah.
Are we?
Nice. No, yeah.
Give us a sound check.
And turn on the microphone.
What? Oh.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, Cuddly, hi.
Mute
Mute
yourself.
the Discord.
All the technical.
Oh.
There you go.
It wouldn't be
Okay.
D&D without the technical
Sorry, I couldn't
difficulties.
actually hear you guys, so if
No,
you
'cause
were
we're all
yelling,
muted in
like
this
my
door.
thing wasn't coming through.
Well,
Yeah.
perfect timing. We've been
Perfect
asked to do a quick recap of introductions
Hold on, I'm
through
gonna quickly-
right on Aussie's end.
I'm gonna see if I can. I'm just gonna see if I can turn on video again and see if one video at a time actually allows my internet to run.
No.
There we go. All right, so now we can see people.
Impossible.
Alrighty, sound off.
Let's do the laps. Hello, I'm Josie Proser. I'm running this game. I'm the benevolent dungeon mistress. I am the always benefic. I am kind. I'm generous. And to my right over here, we've got the wettest orb.
I am Wettest Orb, or people know me as Arthur Orbit III in the game. I am a menace to the group. I'm a bard / archer. Well, I'm an archer that pretends to be a bard. And then I'm going to go over to Denimation.
Yes, I am Denimation. I play the mighty Das Goose, the human barbarian who pretends to be a goose.
Wait, what? Why is everyone pretending to be other things?
Honk! His cloak mainly consists of like the mighty dire goose that he killed protecting his township of Mulmurin. He wears it upon himself like a what are they called? Like a toga and a trophy. But yeah, he cries out a mighty honk as he swings his mighty great axe into battle. And I shall pass this one on to the Roju.
Oh, hello. I'm Roju from the Channel Participation Award. I'm playing Gerald, who is definitely not a warlock and is definitely actually a wizard, because it says so on his hat, if you're not sure. Yeah, he's a very timid human boy who has bursts of not being so timid. Yeah, but he's trying his best, and you know, sometimes that's what counts.
It's all you can
And yeah, I will pass it on to the recently joining us, Cuddly Raptor.
Hi, I'm Cuddly. I'm a real life ranger. And I'm legitimately late because of a kangaroo. I play
That's such a
Nana
Not a
Amazing.
joke. We have pictures.
Yeah.
This is not a joke.
Australia.
I play Nana Malamora, the druid gnome granny, and she thinks she can cure everyone with food. And you know what? She can. And I'll pass it on to AussieDevFro.
Yes, thank you.
Last
Thank
but certainly
you,
not
Cuddly.
least.
Ah, never least, and certainly last. Wait, hang on, that came out all wrong. Let's disregard that.
You
hello,
want to
guys.
be last.
Always. Wait, no, I should stop speaking. I'm AussieDevFro. I am playing Rudy Magic Hands McGee, the party's
Fingers.
cleric. No, quiet you. Magic Hands McGee, the party's cleric, and it's essentially my responsibility to make sure that these guys all stay alive. Not himself. He loves throwing himself into danger, but the rest of the party, they need a tune up every now and then.
Much like he
And to
passed himself
give-
across a gorge.
To give, before we jump back in after our quick little break, to give the Cuddly, who is
Yes, please.
The ketchup.
the ketchup. We're
Must
getting
be
rid of the ketchup.
Ketchup?
We must have the ketchup.
Ketchup?
no.
No one heard that.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we all heard it.
The party eventually made their way back to the city. Arthur and Gerald, zooming through the night on horse and broom. Sounds like a great name for a bar, British
Horse
pub.
and broom.
Oh,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Gerald,
I
we
like
can
that.
do
Make
this.
that? Hell
I
yeah.
think we've
Uh,
got
uh,
our next thing sorted.
They talked to the guards. They talked to the guard captain. Sent message to the Midwinter Council. Some rangers were contacted to keep an eye out, and you were all pretty much told to go back to your rooms and wait.
Oh,
Go to sleep.
did
You were
they
sent to your
really?
room.
I, for one, will not stand for this. I will lay down and sleep for it. But all right.
Then Arthur did have an awkward, but yet very funny situation with Madame Tuss again. He had to hand over a letter to Madame Tusk, and Madame Tusk asked if there was anything else, and well, Arthur went, "Wow," and yeah, it was turned down.
Got shut down.
Hey, it's okay. Madame Tusk is a love it and leave it kind of lady, and we love that. No strings attached, no tie downs. Good for her.
Just here to have some fun.
Arthur's not looking for a label.
Exactly. You know what? Arthur has a lot of options out there. There's a lot of fish in the sea. There's a lot of mini ice worms in the ice.
And I mean, elves live for a long ass time.
Yeah, like you're fine.
Why not sample the cuisine from around the continent?
Now you said that, Denny. I think
Sample
Arthur
the
will.
cuisine!
I think Arthur will.
Honestly, that is something that
Come
Nana
on.
can get behind, but I think we're talking about different things. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for the update.
Can
I
we
love
go on? I humbly request we move on.
And
It's
Arthur
getting
and Gerald were sort of
spicy
like
and
finally
oozy.
made a bit of a bridge mending attempt between
Aw.
the two.
It was a very sweet.
Oh yes,
It
They
was.
did have a
I'm
moment.
gonna have to watch the
They-
VOD for that.
And there was an
sweet
incredibly
moment.
awkward hug at the end.
Just think of
course
Step
there
Brothers.
Nana would have approved. Nana would have been
Mm.
all for it.
You know what? Nana is all for it, especially the hug.
Yeah. Getting back to, I believe Gerald wanted to, before going to bed, identify something.
Identify all the stuff that I just got.
I will say the scythe does seem completely mundane, except for the
Oh,
fact that it has
interesting.
twin blades.
Except the fact that it's fucking
Sweet.
rad.
Yeah, hella rad.
Arthur would like to get that back from Gerald, just to make sure.
I mean,
Friggin'
Hey,
tug
thank
of
you
war
so
over
much for
here.
the
No, it's
follow,
not- it's not
Lude
magical,
Mona.
I
I
guess
really
it was
appreciate
just,
it. Thank you so much. Guys, if we could get some
just the
hype in
person
the chat
themselves,
for the
but,
latest friendo,
seems
that
like
would
a
be
very
amazing. Thank
functional
you.
Weapon.
I think it's a
If not, no
goddamn
pressure as
awesome
well.
weapon.
Never any
It
pressure.
does look pretty cool, and I'm glad I did not get sliced by it.
Goes stands it up next to Nana for like just measurement height.
Just be a little careful. I know, Gerald, you said it was completely mundane, but I did, I have a bit of a,
It's absolutely mundane.
it is? You sure?
Not. a
I
scrap
don't,
of
I
magic
could
in
have
it.
sworn, no, never mind,
It was
it's okay.
all. It was all him.
It was all him? Maybe we could ask, speaking of things we found, hey, Gerald, can you identify this ring as well? And Rudy flicks him the
of
ring.
course. Sure. What does this ring look like?
It does look like braided golden bands with a tiny aquamarine set into it. It looks
Okay,
pretty.
alright.
If you take the time to identify it,
Set up the
it
ritual. Yep.
it as well seems to be mundane, but well crafted, probably worth a hefty sum.
Hmm. Not magical, but
Did you guys
very
steal
good
off a
made.
dead guy?
Probably
We
worth
did.
a bit of money. A
Ah.
dead
Look, I
bad guy,
I
which
took
is-
the eye of the meatball too.
Oh,
which
that's
is
Nana,
completely
hey,
within
Nana.
our right.
Thank you, Gerald. And Rudy puts on the ring, for safekeeping, of course.
Of course.
This will be for group funding, I assume.
Yeah, of course. We'll keep it, keep it within,
You want
on
a bit of,
one's
you want a bit
person.
of bling, Rudy.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
mean, look, where's the harm? Although,
Arthur,
Arthur wants to get excited for a second because he remembers what else Rudy has and starts doing the whole slapping on the arm sort of thing.
Yeah. Arthur, we're getting to it. So,
So
Gerald.
whilst this is going on, Darkskus would like to take out his great axe and compare it to the scythe as well that Arthur's holding up next to Nana Malvora. To compare sizes.
And Nana reminds everyone that size doesn't matter.
I think size matters to Goose, though.
Oh, it absolutely matters to Goose.
Like, everything about Goose is just, like, the biggest.
Probably matters to Madame
Like,
Tusk
I honk,
as well.
I get bigger.
Ooh!
Bigger weapons. Yep.
I won.
It's all about that growth, you know?
Yeah. I have a feeling there would have been, a couple of extra rounds, but maybe Arthur doesn't have it where it counts.
Hey, hang on.
Hey, Josie, what rolls for that? By the way?
Yeah, Arthur wants to roll for that.
Now, Arthur, not everything is a competition.
It is when Arthur and Goose are concerned.
Oh no.
Arthur wants to no.
I can't see Josie because she's not making any sounds. I can't see.
She just looks so disappointed in us.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
I'm so
Josie.
happy the trip we made for that. That was so great.
But yes.
Okay. Well, okay, Gerald, do you promise not to freak out about identifying this next item?
I mean, I identify it so that I don't freak out about the items.
Excellent. Well, Gerald, do you mind?
No, tell him first, Rudy.
Don't
Don't
mind
just
giving
pull
us
it
a
out.
hand?
Just
Damn it, Nana! I was just about to make that joke, and Rudy pulls out the arm.
Oh,
Now it's too quick.
you had me all wound up there, Rudy. This thing's armless.
Oh, it. I think I saw it move.
That one.
God
that one
damn
I'm
it.
calling.
Dangerous game because I don't know how many puns you've made in the last.
Yeah, can we get it? So,
None.
for those of you who have come into the channel recently across all the chats, so we have what's called the Punishment Panther that will attack our party if we say too many puns. It's attacked us once, and I think it's going to attack us again at some point very, very soon. But only Josie knows.
Rudy,
It will
could you
happen
identify the punishment people that keep using all the punishment points?
Oh yeah, so I believe
I don't
it
know
is.
what you're
It
talking
is.
Lovely
It is. I mean,
alliteration, by the way.
I'm pretty sure that
It could be
that
anyone,
orb
really.
is the one who has triggered a fair amount of puns. Just saying.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think it was
Definitely
Orb,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I
Orb.
only remember Arthur ever making or
I mean-
making puns. So
I mean, some pretty compelling evidence is the fact that Arthur could have died the last time the Punishment Panther came up. You took a lot of damage, and who
And
knows what
he-
the mechanics are? It could be that it deals more damage the more puns you do. I mean, that's
Arthur
possible.
made no puns.
Maybe it's
for
about the
that pun.
quality of the pun.
Might I say, Nana didn't take any damage except from, herself.
yeah, I only took self-inflicted damage as well.
That's why Arthur's getting on the puns now, because he took too much damage last time not to enjoy these puns.
I love it.
Okay, now if
Anyway,
everyone
yes.
is
Yeah.
settled down, Gerald, can you identify this arm, please? Because it's not quite organic.
Is it still wiggling? Is it still got the wiggly bit?
Well,
As you put it down, you open the blanket. It does at first glance just looks like an arm, but it's definitely made of some sort of metallic. There's some sort of synthetic materials, and it has almost like someone. It does look like muscle tissue, but made out of metal. And that's then covered with some sort of translucent, synthetic, very thin material.
Right.
And as you put it down, it looks pretty inanimate. But then, as a moment later, or just a moment later, like a dozen tiny little wrigglies come out of where it would connect to a shoulder. It's just like It almost looks like when someone pushes like dough out through one of those tiny little mills.
Oh, Josie, wow.
Yeah, they just come out and start wriggling around.
Great.
Like, oh.
The arm
Like-
itself doesn't move. It's only those parts.
It's like
The arm is completely inanimate.
it's like fear, curiosity, disgusting, curiosity again. Like, all right, I've never seen anything like it. Let me.
That's why I thought you'd find it such intrigue, of such intrigue, because I have no fucking idea what it is.
Where did you? And as I'm sort of setting up the ritual, where did you find this, Rudy?
It was inside the no longer forbidden meatball's mouth.
Pauses the ritual. Cast vegetation.
I had a thought you would do that, Gerald. I thought about it.
Casts it again, cleans his hands off. Okay, right. Now that that's done, continue. Set up the ritual. Identify.
What are the limitations of the identify spell? Like,
I will
what
tell you exactly
does
what it
do?
says. It's the good shit. You choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay.
It's pretty boss.
It's pretty boss, but it does have some plot holes some loopholes.
It does.
I mean,
I don't
when
like how she
DM's
said
concerned,
plot
there's
holes.
loopholes in everything.
But here's as
What do
you're
we learn?
casting, as you're looking over the arm, pretty much using your book, writing down your own theories, your hypotheses, and as you're writing, the ink gets absorbed into the pages. New ideas present themselves just by auto writing on the page. And did Cuddly just hydrate for everyone?
She
Is
did.
that what
She
happened?
did.
Drinking quietly, like, all right, Cuddly,
Never.
let's see what's going on. Thanks for that H2. Oh, yeah.
Feed
So
off.
everyone go over to Cuddly now. And
Chuck in the hydrate.
Moisten that girl.
Back to the arm.
sorry.
I really want to know what this arm is. Come on.
Yes,
Yeah.
so do I.
As you're writing, you're thinking, you're going through, you're having almost like an academic conversation with the Book of Shadows itself. As you're writing down your own ideas and thoughts, you're describing it to the book pretty much, and you get feedback. You learn that it's an arm, and it definitely has trace magic. There's a minute amount of trace magic of evocation, necromancy, transmutation, but there's no actual spells involved, and you find that to use the arm, you attach it to a shoulder.
That's
Do
amazing.
you tell Rudy this?
Alright. So is it actually like, is it magic imbued, or is it like?
You find out it seems that it does have magic permeating it, but it very, very faint, and the focus of the magic seems to be at the connection to the shoulder where the wriggles are. They seem to be moving through magical means.
So what are the properties of this item then?
That if you attach it to a shoulder, it can move.
It becomes an arm. Okay.
It becomes an arm.
All right.
It's an arm.
That was very
And-
cheeky. I thought we were gonna get more than that. That was very cheeky.
Yeah, and so no spells are affecting it. Was it created by a spell?
No.
Interesting. Okay. Would you have to be like without a natural arm for this to be functional, or could you just stick it on your shoulder of an existing arm and have a third arm?
Only one way to find out.
Oh god, please don't cut your arm off.
I would know its properties and how to use it.
Does-
You attach it to a shoulder.
Just
That's
a
its
shoulder.
properties.
Has Gerald told us these things?
I mean,
Yeah.
you would,
I'm
you
just
could.
trying to, like,
I'll say
define
yes.
what
You could.
exactly
You would
happened.
suspect it works as a prosthetic limb.
To replace an
You-
existing limb, right?
Yes, or a lost limb.
Yes, but not necessarily that you could have a third limb.
No, because it seems to need a solid connection. It seems these little wrigglies are pretty much like nerve connectors.
That's kind of what I had guessed. Cool. All right.
Yes.
Arthur is still going to be stupid and pick up the
So-
arm and go.
No,
God,
Gerald
is it
hasn't
attached
said
to
anything
you?
yet, Arthur. Gerald
Oh,
hasn't said
sorry.
anything
I
yet.
thought he-
Come
I
on.
thought he did.
Jump in the
Sorry.
gun.
Sorry.
Yes.
Your orb is showing.
Your
Your
orb
orb is showing.
First of all, I haven't said anything. Second of all, we literally just talked about this. Okay, so Gerald was like, unusual. There are traces of magic, yet without any spells having been cast somehow. There is a. Essentially, it seems to just be a functional prosthetic arm, for lack of a better term. So I mean,
So it's. I mean, I assumed as such because it's not quite alive, but it's not artificial.
It's not alive. It is artificial.
Yeah, it is
quite-
artificial.
It's sort of much like a. It's much like a. I would put it akin to like a golem. Except golems you animate with spells, whereas this apparently not. Identify would have told me any spells that had been used in its creation, or that are currently affecting it. But it seems that whatever is enchanting it is beyond such things. But simply enough, if you lose an arm, you could stick this on, and these little wigglies would attach it, anchor it to you, and
Interesting.
allow you to have a new arm.
How big is this arm compared to Nana? I'm just wondering.
It,
I'm safe.
it looks
God.
very slim, very slender, very athletic and lean. But it does look like it's made for a medium-sized creature.
That's cool.
Oh,
Just imagining Nana
Nana's
with
just
like
looking
this
at
one
it.
normal arm and then
It's like
just
Look
one
how cute
freaking
my limbs
huge arm. Amazing. So
well-
I don't think. Well, I mean, certainly none of us can make any use of this, but
I mean, it'd be
I
great
think
for.
it's definitely esoteric enough for it to be worth some, I would say.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of.
Are you planning on hacking off your own arm, Rudy?
Oh no! No!
You don't have a use for it.
No! But
I mean,
it's you can't deny it's. I don't know.
It's
interesting.
fascinating.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
But
don't know.
that's what makes
I
it
don't
worth
trust
more
Rudy
money.
anymore.
From a spiritual perspective and like, you know, studying death and studying life, I suppose, as well. Like,
This is
it's-
neither of those things. It's neither alive
exactly.
nor dead.
It's
a
something in
golem.
between, Gerald. It's something else
No,
entirely.
it's just magic.
I mean, who's to say you can't put it on the top of your
This
shoulder
is-
and it still work?
This is just arcane. I can sense. The
You just
traces.
want another axe, Goose.
I can
Sit the
sense the
fuck
traces of
down.
the arcane.
I could win all three at once.
You
Actually-
cannot.
Could you imagine us having a Swiss Army goose? Now
Oh,
that.
I'd be okay with that.
That'd be so cool.
Look, if we
At
find
the end of the
General Kenobi.
campaign, Goose. No, yeah, just Goose is just fucking the robot general.
just arms
General
brigade.
Grievous.
Yeah.
I say Grievous, General Grievous.
Kenobi.
Oh my god, I actually
General
want that to
Gooseness.
happen. Please. Please.
Oh,
Kenobi.
No,
Hello,
Eastman.
General Kenobi. Oh my god.
JC, you need to make a
I really
Kenobi
want
character.
who's to say Josie hasn't and this is one of their arms?
Yeah,
Like, I'm already trying to get the Goose Hydra. We don't need to put more pressure on it.
Oh god.
Well,
Oh my god.
I guess the moral of the
Oh!
story is that cursed meatballs can't digest prosthetic metal arms, I guess. is the moral of this story.
Okay, it's been pointed out to me, and I need to point it out because I so rarely make puns. Swiss Army Goose. I didn't realize I made it. I didn't realize I made it.
You know if you make a pun.
No, I didn't. I was purely thinking of
yeah,
the
that's
Swiss
why I'm
Army
saying
knife.
it doesn't count because it's not an intentional pun.
I know.
These
Hoppin'
other
out
people,
in the chat.
you know who I'm looking at. You all know what it's like to make a pun. You know.
I don't even know what a
that's
pun
like.
is.
I've
I
never
wouldn't
felt
begin
that.
to know.
No.
I
I
have
don't
never
start
even
with
heard
that
of
emotion.
Hobbits
said
is
like
good
a
for those
liar.
puns, though. That's
Mm.
good.
Oh, yeah.
one
The
more
shaking of the head of Josie is doubt
Just
for everyone.
Just in regards to Dungeons and Dragons, I would also like to just check whether the armor was at all magical as well.
The armor is not.
That's fine.
Wow, this guy was basic as nothing else.
Yeah,
It was all his
is very
just
tough,
personal
yeah.
power.
all his own.
Yeah.
And still killed you, Rudy.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Hey.
Like,
Do
Rudy
you know how
did
to
a...
cast ice,
That's...
Nana?
Yeah. Let me get some of that non-melting ice for you, Rudy.
It's gonna need a lot of it.
You're gonna need the burn unit coming in.
Okay, I just want to clear the air. He didn't kill me.
Mm-hmm.
The
What did happen?
scythe did. And Goose, that
Oh.
Are you
scythe,
trying to make
it
a-
was nasty, wasn't it? With
It was
the...
a
You trying to make
nasty
like
size.
the opposite of a guns don't kill people, people kill people argument?
Okay, I'm not getting political there. We're staying within D&D. I'm not getting political.
He didn't kill me. Did his
No,
scythe
no,
did.
no, I really don't want that discussion starting,
He
please.
ran into my knife 10 times.
What's our
officer.
safe word again? What's our safe word again?
Oh, we have one?
I
Can't
ran straight into that scythe voluntarily. Damn it.
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
No. Okay.
Moving
Cool.
on,
What
yes.
about the mask?
The mask also does not seem to be magical.
Okay. Was there anything else that I'm forgetting? That you guys picked up?
You have the eyeball.
The eyeball.
You want to inspect the eyeball?
Arthur's not
I
gonna.
don't think
present the eyeball.
creature parts would be like enchanted items per se.
Hmm.
I mean, it'd have magical properties just because it's an eye of a beholder, but
Nah, Arthur's gonna
not something we could use.
just talk it up
necessarily, right?
anyway.
I'm assuming
Maybe
you
worth,
gave Rudy
preserving
the arm
as well.
back.
I mean, if Rudy wants it, yeah.
Oh yeah, Rudy will hang on to it. He wants to look more into it. It's fascinating.
Can the arm be a weapon?
I mean,
Jesus.
your-
I mean,
your
anything
own
could be a
arm
weapon
even
if you
a
want it to
weapon.
be.
Anything.
Can one of the moves be bitch slap?
You want to like wield.
I
the
just want
arm
to
as a-
wield the arm
And we'll call it giving a hand.
and like sucker punch and like backhand, and that'll be like I'm just
I mean,
throwing
anything's a
out.
weapon
I'm
if you're
spitballing
imaginative
here,
enough.
you know.
I mean, if someone falls down a hole and we need to get him up and we don't have a rope, you can
Done.
literally
See?
double your arm
Extension
length.
of
You know, extension. arm.
Literally, this is such a
Lend a
good.
hand.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can control it though without actually having it attached to a thing.
Oh,
Pretty
those
sure
are
it has to be, like,
details
actually-
for in the moment.
Details.
Gerald, don't worry about
Josie
it.
will tell us.
Semantics.
Cross that bridge when we come to it.
I will say it seems rigid, almost like I hate the comparison, but like a Barbie arm. You can move it, and it sticks in the position
I
you put it to.
love this comparison.
Hmm.
This is
Mhm.
So yes,
Fantastic.
if you made it flip the bird, it would keep doing it until readjusted.
Nice. All right.
Great.
Rudy, at that realization, wraps it up and puts it back away. Yep, the arm is away.
Nana would never. Cuddly
Oh,
would.
dear.
Very tempted to go grab my anatomic hand right now.
All right. Well, I guess that's if that's everything, and none of it is magical, sadly. I guess we should pack it in for the night.
Get some sleep.
Get some much deserved sleep. Absolutely.
Oh, and Goose, just let me know when you're done with the armor, whenever that is. Just...
Oh yeah, how long is that going to take to repair?
I mean, it could take a handful of hours throughout this. If you've been sitting and just working on it, it wouldn't take much longer.
Okay.
It's just making sure that the studs are, like, some of the broken studs are refitted, making sure some of the patches, because it is studded leather armor, so there are like patches, ribbons of leather that you would maybe have to like remove, switch out, but it's patchwork. It's not like having to remake an entire set of armor.
Okay. So yeah, whilst we're talking, I'll be repairing it, and Goose would be too like, he's got too much adrenaline going through him to really go to sleep straight away. So he'll probably be taken first. Oh, well, we don't need to take watch or anything because we're at the hotel.
No, we're at the hotel.
You never know. Madam Tusk might be coming through that door. We need to know.
Well, if that's the case,
no,
Arthur's
I do-
always on watch.
I do set. You don't need to. No, I set alarm around the room.
Okay. All right, well, he might stay up a little bit late, but he'll eventually fall
And
asleep.
it'll be an audible alarm as well. It'll allow our party members through, but no one else.
And
Goose will use he'll use like the repairing as an opportunity to just kind of take his mind off of everything and eventually get tired enough to fall asleep.
Yeah, and you're all settling down. You try to get as comfy as possible. You realize how exhausted you actually are from the events, from the trek in the snow, the battle. Some of you, your dreams are racked with reliving some of the events in there. Some of you maybe dream of George and his attitude.
Arthur is.
And Goose, as you're staying up a little bit later, as you're about to fall asleep yourself, you would notice Gerald tossing and turning, sweating in his sleep. Gerald, you are sitting in a lecture hall, frantically taking notes. You have an exam. You have to study. There's no time for anything.
Oh
Not this stream. Not this stream.
You're looking around. You're frantically trying to outdo all the other students. You're convinced that you're going to fail. Everyone is going to outperform you, but it's only you in the entire lecture hall. But you're convinced that you need to be the top scorer.
It's all over for you,
And
Gerald. It's all downhill from here.
You see, there's a figure standing at the blackboard, also frantically writing, erasing, and you're trying your damnest to keep up with whatever's been putting down on the board. There's magical theory. There's going through all the different elements, the different schools of magic. You're trying your darnest to go through all of this, and you at the same time you have your book, and as you're writing in the book, the ink goes away, and instead, like, egregious messages keeps popping up back at you, insults at yourself when you write down the formula, and all of a sudden it says you smell. And
you're nightmare.
What a great book.
Tell me he's got no pants on.
He's got pants on. And you can hear your hat is whispering at you constantly. You can hear your hat go, Gerald.
Try to constantly, but I need to pass this test.
And as you're writing, you realize that you just keep sweating. It's so hot in here. It's getting very warm. And as you look up, the teacher, which was just an unambiguous figure, just a silhouette, all of a sudden you can see the teacher is on fire. The blackboard is on fire. All of the seats around you are on fire with burning silhouettes of people, and everyone is staring at you. And you see the teacher's face turn to Leonin, feline looking. The fire turns into a massive mane.
As like everything catches on fire, though, what I want to try and do is actually, for the first time, use the monsoon curtain ability, and try and try with the idea to put out the fires.
So as you're sitting there, everything starts burning,
and I'm like, no time for this.
Yeah, and as you tug on the hat, out of the hat, smoke. No, not smoke. Cloud. You see, it takes the form, at first, of just this thick plume that comes out of your hat, almost like elongating it, and it takes the form of a serpent. As it opens its mouth, yellow reddish eyes. It splits, looking like it has got 3 different necks, like a cobra, but with hollowed out portions in its flare. And it opens its own mouth as it stretches forward, and then it just dissipates back into an elongated plume of smoke, cloud, and rain starts falling all around you.
Violent
But
rain.
Violent rain pours down on you. You keep writing, and now your ink is getting smudged. And while you're trying to write, it's just coming down on
He was
you.
already calling me
Everything
names
is
anyway.
burning. Keep taking notes as the teacher slams a hand on the blackboard and says, "Gerald, time is running out." And you see just numbers starting to tick down like a counter on the blackboard, and you wake up.
Ah,
Oy.
And
is
lying
today the
next
test?
to you,
It's the ex-
lying next to you is your book. And you know you put it away before going to bed.
Ah. Is it open or is it closed?
It looks closed.
Mm-hmm. And I remember this dream pretty clearly still.
Yes, you would. And you do feel very soaked, and there's definitely like a puddle of water around your bed.
Gerald,
And you realize-
sleeping
and
next
you-
to
you
him.
realize-
Jesus
No,
Christ.
No, the entire bed, you realize that you probably summoned the monsoon curtain inside the room around yourself.
Was
in your
I'm still
sleep.
sleeping on the
Well,
bed next
Are we
to
all
him.
aware? Daskers notice this?
It's
One
like...
thing at a time, please. But yeah, as you're sitting up, you do realize there's like a light drizzle coming down on you, and there is a cloud above you in the ceiling of the room.
It's like a 1 minute downpour that's 5 feet thick and 30 feet long. Like,
It seems like the most of the effect happened inside the dream.
oh, okay, cool. Cool. Right. So in my dream, the book that I was writing in, do I sort of in hindsight realize that it was the Book of Shadows that I was writing in?
Yes.
Right. Then I sort of pick it up in that kind of like just freshly out of a dream, and reality in the dream is still kind of a little bit wee-woo, and kind of like open it to the page that I was writing on in the dream.
As you start flipping through it, you notice there's nothing on the page you were writing, but there was something new on the very first page of the book. Where usually there's just this one brand of a fireplace and 2 pikes.
Mhm.
There was something.
Oh, what is the something?
As you flip back through the first page, you realize that there's an ever-changing text that reads 722 58 05 04 03 01 0 59 58 57. Looks like a continuous countdown.
Oh. Okay, so what's the actual number?
This is fine.
Like
Seven
round it
hundred
off without the
days.
seconds.
Oh, days. Okay.
700 days.
Yeah.
And it looks like and 22 hours.
We got
currently,
2
and it's
years.
in the middle of the night.
Fine. It's fine, guys.
This is fine.
This is.
I look at this and I go,
Oh god, this is
sort of
fun.
like staring at it for a little while. Like,
It's fine. Nana will be dead in 2 years. It's fine.
Wow.
It's fine.
Calling out
Just
your
gonna
own
close
demise. just gonna close
Close
that.
it.
I'm just gonna
Because I'm
kill
like-
off my character so she doesn't have to deal with the repercussions of this
Because it's like,
fucking
no, no,
book,
no, no.
okay?
No. That's absolutely silly. Open the book again and the number's still there, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, the cloud above is dissipating, like ever so slowly. And instead you feel warm in your pocket. There is the pearl that you got from Nadia. It feels like it's or almost like emanating heat right now.
Oh, I pull it out and have a look at it.
It has another faint hairline crack in it.
Oh no. Remembering something that was mentioned before, and now that I'm sort of waking up and I'm looking at it, and I sort of, the dots are starting to sort of connect here. I will do a ritual casting of Identify again, but I'm going to be focusing on the fishes that are apparently in this pearl, that are apparently not actual physical cracks from what I remember last time.
Yeah, it's like you couldn't feel it on the outside.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
within
you
the pearl.
cannot feel them, the
Yeah,
cracks.
So,
And if you want to, do you want to cast Identify?
yeah, I want to cast Identify and focus in and touching the fishes specifically.
You get it. You cast the Identify, even though you're trying to focus on the fishers, you just get back that it's a pearl, but it's almost like the book tries to tell you something, but it just says it's a pearl. It's a pearl, but you can definitely see there's something more to it, and it's like the spell is trying to reach deeper in, but it can't penetrate through the pearl. It's like it's almost like if you would try to identify the contents of a box without opening the box.
Right. Oh. No.
I just badly want Cuddly to play a violent character one day.
Yes! I would love to see that.
Nah, Josie, we've already got one person self-playing, so...
I'm not violent.
Beep, beep, beep.
But yeah. Anything else you want to do?
I don't know if there's anything else I can do at this point. And I heard the voice of my hat in the dream as well, right?
You heard it saying your name,
Yeah.
but you did recognize the voice of whoever was standing at the podium of the lecture hall. You've heard the voice before.
Oh, so the voice saying my name wasn't the hat; it was the.
Well, the hat was the voice in the dream going just Gerald.
Yeah.
But it was also in your dream there was someone standing by the podium, the blackboard in the lecture hall, and they are the ones who told you you were running out of time.
Right. And now timer. I'm going to like give the brim a little shake and be like, Zakaba, are you cognizant?
Yes.
Obviously,
I'm here.
In the appropriate language. I just had a dream that is definitely not just a dream. And I heard your voice in it. Were you present? Were you aware of what just happened?
I could sense stirring in your mind, and I tried to awake you.
I appreciate the assist.
I was a bit surprised, though, when you called on my aid in this enclosed space, but I did my best to channel the energies into your dreamscape. Sorry
well,
about
at the time, I wasn't aware that it was really a dream. You know how dreams are. Well, do you know how dreams are? It's a conversation for another time. Do you know anything about this countdown? And I sort of like, I mean, I'm sure, because he can see anyway, so he would have seen what I was, in the book. Yeah. There's a countdown, a long one, thankfully, but do you...
What are you asking, Gerald? It counts down to the new year 2 years from now.
To the new year? 2 years from now?
Yes.
Is there anything significant about that would Gerald know if there's anything significant about that time, or like historically or lore-wise, or anything like that?
Roll an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
Straight intelligence. All right.
It's
Anything
the date
above a
that the party's gonna go off.
The fireworks are gonna be really good that day.
Oh, natural
New
20,
Year's.
24.
Natural 20.
Hey, nice.
You smart
You
boy.
do recall that just about 2 nights ago, you had a dream where someone claimed that if you did not complete your task within the New Year's of 2 years from now, you too would be sealed and suffer with 1,000.
Oh, I don't remember. I didn't remember that.
Ooh.
Right. All right. So let me just make a note of that. Sealed.
Was this when
in
we were all having our
suffering with
spooky
1,000.
dreams?
Yeah, it was. It was in the spooky dream.
Yes. When there was one figure who claimed to be speaking for your benefactor.
Yes, I remember that bit, but I didn't remember the sealed and suffering with the 1,000 bit. So that's good to remember.
Good to know.
Good to know. Good to know. Right. I guess I got a bit of time, so I guess I don't need to deal with this immediately. I'm just going to put the book away for now and thank Scarba for the assist.
Yep.
Zarkaba, I should say.
Zarkaba, yeah.
Do I know what time it is? Do I need to go back to sleep still, or is it like time to be up
everyone
and awake?
else is sound asleep. Doesn't seem like it's been too long since you did go to sleep.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, well then I'll prestidigitate until everything's dry and then go back to sleep.
I like to imagine this whole time Das Goose has just been sitting in the corner. He hasn't quite gone to sleep yet. You see his glowing eyes in the darkness, and he's just like, "You're good, buddy."
Oh.
He's like doing it, knitting.
Just
Like-
knitting.
Like,
While doing his tailoring.
yes.
I
Cross
think that
stitching.
should knit as well.
I think I just had a very troubling dream, which may be of consequence in the future. But don't worry yourself over it for now. Thank you for your concern, my friend.
You were tossing and turning a lot, making a lot of noise.
I had a bad dream, Goose. I had a bad dream. It was a weird one. You know how it is sometimes.
Oh yes, I know all about strange dreams.
Yes. Well, we've all had some recently, right? Anyway, I'm going to go back to sleep for now. Perhaps we'll talk about this when it becomes more pressing.
Oh, may you have a better sleep. Better sleep now.
Thank you, Goose. You should get yourself some rest as well.
Soon.
You've had a long day like the rest of us. Don't want getting sick again. Now you'll be mad.
I'll finish this off
Eventually,
and get to sleep.
You all find yourself asleep eventually. You get your long rest, and anyone, the druid and cleric, you may have a gander at your spells if there's anything you want to change.
Yes. Rudy has added Speak with the Dead. There was another one he was supposed to add, but I can't quite remember which one it was.
Gentle repose.
Gentle
repose. Thank you. I was going to ask that when we took it. Gentle repose. Okay. Where was that?
So Arthur wants to get up before everyone and go up to Madame Tusk's
Oh my god.
little kiosk. Just sort of standing there, just arm on the desk, just looking at the door.
Yeah, it's well, by the time you wake up and do this, it's like 3-4 a.m. It's dead in here. There's like, eventually, if you just hang around in the open area of the inn, you see some staff comes in. They give you a nod of acknowledgement. Walk into the kitchen. They start working on getting food ready. You can start feeling the heat from the kitchen. You start smelling food. It takes another hour or two before coming out of the office. You see
Can
Madam
Arthur sort of go into the kitchen and go, look, I'm hoping to get some Madam Tusk some breakfast in bed. Any chance you can get me some food ready at all?
Shameless.
And you see the same gnome chef that you saw last night when you went up here. Says, "Look here, pal. I'm not sure what you're trying to do here. Don't get." Puts like a hand on your
God.
hand. Tries to reach up and says, "You look like a nice guy, okay?"
I know where this is going, and I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for it.
Yes.
I mean, you look like a nice guy. I hate to see you get hurt. But maybe, you know what? Let me give you a tip, okay? Let me give you a hint here. Madam Tusk, she will let you know what she wants you to know. Don't go. She doesn't want to be chased. She's the one chasing here. You gotta wait for it. You know. You don't want to come across desperate.
Ah, so
play the game,
she
play
likes
hard
to
to get.
hunt.
Oh no.
I'm just trying to tell you, pal. I've seen what you're doing here. I notice things, and I know you got a moment. And you probably had a really good time, and you gotta let her go.
Arthur's now playing hard to get.
Oh no. Oh,
Arthur
no.
sort of shakes his hand and go, thank you so goddamn much. Just sort of grabs. Hopefully there's
You
like
want
a
any
piece of
bacon?
bacon or so. Oh yeah, sure, I will. I'll have some bacon.
Oh no.
Arthur's gonna have some breakfast early.
Yeah. And as you're having a early breakfast, everyone eventually comes to. Do we need another quick break? Anyone?
Yes.
I need
Yes.
more water. Everyone hydrates me.
You
And we'll
never
do it again.
dehydrated
Stop
me.
hydrating
I
us.
feel-
I need-
Anyone else? I've never
I
in
need
my
the exact
life.
opposite. I need to get rid of the excess hydration, so I will run to the little froze room.
Dehydrate.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. I don't think I drank enough water today. I think I drank like
Well, there you go.
200
There's some more
mils
hydration.
an
That'll be
entire
nice.
day.
Drain the old sea
God
monster.
damn it, Daddy!
Alright. I'll take my guys to a BRB screen for a moment.
Go for it.
I'll be
Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I'm gonna get DMCA'd. Why will you pass by me? God damn it. Oh, I've got invincibility, but I can't attack. I've got invincibility, but cannot attack. Yeah, but I can't attack. I can't attack, chat! I physically cannot attack him! Oh my god, I can't, chat! There is nothing I can do! There is legit... I can't do anything! Why, chat? Why have you forsaken me? Why? Dark Souls Upside Down? Yeah, nah, mate. Dark Souls Aussie Edition? Yeah. See, that's why I get so upset when the upside down happens, because it's actually being turned the right way up. I'm used to playing the game upside down. That's how Australians fuck. I mean, that's how Australians play Dark Souls. Not that other word I said. No, don't. Oh my god.
Very cool Fortnite dance fan club. I'll be sure to do some Fortnite dance.
Oh yeah, of course. All the Fortnite dances right here.
Absolutely. We got this.
Check it.
Oh.
Yeah, Fortnite, we're about to get down.
Pose, 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 pose.
Oh. Oh. Janet, no. Get out of here while you can. Blech. No, not without you. Oh, it's not. It's too late for me. Go. Blech. Oh shit, she's just gone. It's angry. It's angry.
I got the raid. Where you at? Where you
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone good? Or-
Yeah.
Yep, I'm back. I'm good. Yeah, sorry.
I'm back.
Whew.
Sorry about what? What did you do? Why do you feel the need to apologize?
I thought I was the last one
What did
back.
you
Who
do?
hurt you?
I thought I was
What
the
did
last
you
one back,
do?
and I can't see you guys. I can only hear you guys.
Oh, I forgot to, there we go, thank you. I forgot to put the...
Oh, sorry, I
audio
just got
come
back.
through.
God damn it, Orb. Ah.
Okay. Wow. You all come to, and you all find Arthur is not in the room.
Oh god.
Feel like Nana knows. Feel like Nana's not gonna touch that. That's Arthur's business.
That's Goose isn't too content. He's probably went off to get breakfast early, and Goose will go and join him.
Yeah, breakfast.
If he is, that's breakfast.
Oh,
Breakfast.
breakfast. Yes, please. I didn't.
Just
Wait, did we have dinner?
Rudy's a hungry boy.
We did.
We didn't
Oh,
have
did.
dinner.
I don't
No.
think we did.
Did
We had,
Nana
like, half the
cook
dinner.
us something? I guess not, really.
No, we did.
We're all
you
so
did
tired.
for dinner. Yeah, because it was as you were finishing up dinner, you were
Yeah.
still just like hanging out in the restaurant when Lena
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Rudy-
that's right, yeah.
Rudy doesn't remember
That's-
that. Rudy only remembers the events of the battle. So he's like, nah, we didn't have dinner. We gotta go eat. I'm starving.
Go get
like,
some food.
really starving. Like
Craving meatballs.
You did
Like
have
super?
a-
oh,
you did
craving
have a long night.
the most forbidden of meatballs.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh.
Arthur's got some for you if you want.
Uh,
No, not.
Arthur's forbidden meatballs.
I ship it.
We all already
Cuddly
shipped it.
Raptor, please. There's too many people shipping it. All right.
Actually, there is way too many. I actually got a
Way
DM
too many.
today.
That
I got a
should be-
DM
Oh,
today
no.
gone. It's
Already
Arthur
saying.
and Rudy a
That-
thing.
Oh my! It's just it cannot escape it.
Waiting for the cold on the fan fictions to come out.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
no!
I'd love it.
Rudy only has eyes for dead people.
Wow! So now there's necrophilia. Thank you, Josie. Thank you.
No, you went there.
Oh, I know where you were going. We all know where you're going.
I didn't. I wasn't. I'm innocent.
The most innocent of
Sure.
small beans.
The purest of beans.
Such a-
I've never done a not innocent thing in my tiny
exactly.
days of life.
Look, I feel like Nana had a wild youth.
Nana
Nana had the wildest of views.
Nana traveled a lot. She had a pretty. I mean, she saw shit
Thank you, Dice Queen. Yes, magic fingers indeed.
with a Z too.
With
So
a
like
couple
that's
Zs,
pretty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
You like that?
Okay, what's the plan as you all wake up? You head upstairs. You see Arthur already sitting there, just having food.
Oh well. We grabbed food too.
Grab all
Sit
the
down.
bacon.
And
Good
going as
morning, all.
you're passing through the corridors, heading up, behind you as you're walking up the last set of stairs, you do see the other of some degree of Orcan persuasion. You see the woman with the bear in tow coming out of one of the other rooms.
Bear.
It's the
Hey, it's a
bacon.
friend.
Orb. No.
It's your bad friend.
Arthur is your friend.
No.
Go
I'm
say hi.
gonna
As
wait
you-
till the bear comes up.
Okay, the bear. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, the
as you
bear.
all settle down for breakfast, there is eventually someone shows up. There's a person who comes in wearing like a very deep set hood and looks almost like a very white ghillie suit type deal. Big bow strapped to their back. Comes through, looks around, walks up to you all and says, "I've been told to summon you all to the manor."
Ah, yes. Very well.
Oh yes, thank you.
Straight away or
if
after
you'd all,
breakfast?
if you'd finish, but at a hurry, maybe. I'll
Sure,
wait.
sure.
Just walks outside the door, pretty much.
He's prepared to just shovel everything into his mouth. He's like, all right, let's go.
As Arthur walks past Madam Tusk, because I'm assuming she's probably at a desk, he's gonna be like they're just ignoring her, sort of walking towards the door.
All right.
Wow. Really playing that game?
All right.
Yes.
Nana would like to see that and share like a knowing like eye roll.
Like, look at Tusk, and it's like,
This
man.
guy.
This guy.
this guy.
Cool. All right. Well, I guess
Eventually-
we finish off and head.
As you finish up breakfast, you follow this ranger back to the Midwinter Manor. You are led up through the gates, through the antechamber, into the hall. You can see there's a bit more hustle and bustle. Seems to be some people talking amongst themselves, some groups of people here and there, and you can see now that the council has reconvened after a night's rest, and you can see also standing right inside in the middle of the open path that leads up to the grand desk. You do see what looks to be the guard captain and the ranger that had sent away the bird. And they all nod towards you as you come up, and the guard captain says, we have been told to summon you. You've been brought here. The council has taken into accord your testimonies as well as the written one that was sent to us during the night. And, looks over to Katha, who looks up from her papers and just gestures to all to come closer.
Orb is gonna try and take lead here. He's gonna sort of take a knee up front of front.
Rudy sort of loops an arm underneath his shoulder and lifts him back up, going, "Arthur, we don't do that here, Arthur."
It's goddamn respect, man.
Arthur, just
Is
behave.
Orb suddenly a stoner? Man.
Respect, man. Turn into a servitude.
Just
I love
You're
it.
just sort of like fidgeting nervously behind them.
Arthur now.
Nana's already knee height, so it doesn't literally. doesn't
Arthur
matter.
takes a step behind Rudy now, making Rudy the front.
Oh shit. Suppose-
Katha waits until you all stop fidgeting and futzing about.
Can't do anything right. Yes, sorry to disturb you all, so late in the evening last night and so early in the morning tonight. But yes, very disturbing events happened at the mines. And we also lost George, but that's probably minor in comparison to what's going on here. So what questions do you have? I swear you got the note we sent last night and the verbal events from Gerald here. What else do you need to know? How can we help?
And you see Katha and like half the council is just looking at you. Again, just waiting. And after you've been quiet for a moment, Katha just chortles a little bit, clears her throat. As I would have gotten to if you would allow me to speak.
What a dumbass.
Summoned you here to give you our verdict of the actions and the events that occurred, but we do appreciate the testimony, the aid.
Arthur's
Our
niggers.
rangers gestures towards the head ranger standing with the guard captain. Did indeed spot the horde heading north. They did not seem to make any attempts to move towards the city. And the guard has been alerted to keep their eyes out. We have sent out for a full investigation of what happened in the mines. There's a bit of a murmur going on. There's some whispering at the council table. Every now and then, Katha shoots someone a glare and they quiet down. She sighs. We do appreciate the help that you provided. Deftly at this juncture. And you will be paid for the damages you prevented. Anything else?
Did we tell them about what we saw in the mines?
We did,
No.
yes.
In the pit.
We sent them.
Oh yeah, we sent them the missive. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
So that, know about that.
Rudy is very probably would have explained to the party before coming here. Keep the head a secret. Don't tell Cartha we have the head of the.
Oh, that's guild business.
Oh,
That's guild
that
business.
head.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I forgot we had that head, so that was fine. Nana will pipe up and say, "We're very sorry for losing George. I don't suppose you found him."
I can't say we've been making much effort to look.
On
That's
the.
all right. I just hope he's doing all right. Such a small person, you know, all alone in the world. Just needs some snacks, I think.
I would like.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I was just going to say to the assembly, I would like to note George actually did spring into action and assist us in the battle. If that might help pardon one or two of his sleight of hands that he might have performed. I'll just like it noted on the record. He did assist us, and in fact, I'm sure he said he mumbled something about protecting Arthur here. I think Arthur would have died without him. So just making sure that just a little bit of recognition where recognition is due.
That's very kind of you. Rudy. That's
like,
very nice to know. Yes.
Joe kind of like tugs on
find
your sleeve a
George.
little bit. Oh,
If
sorry, go on.
we find George, we will ask for his testimony of what transpired and his charge might be lowered. George is not a priority right now at all. You do realize that we've lost a lot of workforce. There's families throughout the entire city now mourning, grieving. We're having to do our best to identify who is actually still within the mine, who died, who is somehow not dead.
Oh, to help identify those in the mine. George was in the mine. I'm just.
And if we find George, we'll get to that. But right now, it's not a priority.
Well, that's very understandable.
Do you realize, and she leans in, how much of this city's living comes from those mines? We do not have the... Someone else pipes up. It looks to be like an older man of some sort, says, "Look here, youngsters, we need to get those mines up and running as quickly as possible before the thaw, if we're going to have any chance of maintaining the city throughout the season. This is not only about dear departed friends and family members. We've had to put one of our most significant pieces of infrastructure on halt until this investigation is completed. You must understand, there's more at stake here."
It does sound pretty rough. We hope you pull through it. I'm sure the just quickly referring to my notes here. I'm sure the Midnight Suns would be happy to lend assistance should you contract them such.
If we need help, we will ask, yes?
In the meantime, we do have matters to attend to on behalf of the guild. Do you need anything further from us as far as information, testimony further, anything of that sort, or can we be about our business now?
On that note, and Katha looks around, and you can hear shuffling of small feet on the other side of the desk. And Katha takes what looks to be a stack of papers and says, we, as a preemptive thanks, we know that you might need to make your way back north. While the land is treacherous, you may traverse them again, as you must have done on your way here. But if time allows, we can have rooms chartered aboard the Winter's Claw to take you to Troll Hat in 9 days' time.
Oh, okay.
We're still working on disassembling the ice around our port to get the ship sailing. It is It is a ship we use to ferry goods and people between here and the outposts. And we could make sure the first trip would be to Troll Hat in a supply mission, and you could have board.
Well, that would be lovely, but in return, during the 9 days, if there's anything we can help with the city, please let us know. It only feels fair to return the favor somehow.
If you are looking for work during this time, feel free to check in at the workstation or the guards barracks with the rangers. This city thrives upon labor, for lack of better word. People often tend to trade their own sweat before their coin. If you ask for work, work you shall find.
Very well. You also made mention of a certain amount of recompense, I believe.
Once investigation has been completed, we will calculate the damages you prevented through your actions, and you will be paid according to that value.
Well, then it seems that that we've got 9 days in which to work it out. Then.
Yes. And don't expect a summons back here. You will instead be contacted. Someone will bring you the calculated receipts and the payment when due.
Arthur then bows on one knee again, and sort of shows his respect.
And you can see Katha looks tired. Most of the council looks tired. And there's you can see some people look like they got furrowed brows. Some of them got like their lips tightly shut. They're just looking around. Some of them look like they're a bit uncomfortable. Some are furiously scribbling on papers. This looks like it's been a night for everyone.
Arthur gets back up and puts his arm around Rudy, but bumps up to Rudy and goes, "Thank God you didn't tell him about the head."
Shall we?
Don't tempt Josie. Oh my God!
He whispers it.
Let's go.
What if she has really good hearing?
Shall we?
Yep. I
Is
think
that
we're
all?
good. Yep, that's all. I think I've got nothing
Nana
else.
gives a little gnome bow, like a
Yep.
little,
All right.
you
Alright.
know, cute
Once
little.
he's doing the bow, he Daskus was like, "What are the?"
Oh my God!
Thank you very much for taking our report seriously, Katha. It's we appreciate the safety that your city provides us here as well.
Yes, it is thankful that you all found yourselves in the mines when you did.
All right. Let's go.
We meander out.
And it's like a Midwestern goodbye where we're just like, we should go, but oh yeah, maybe 5 more minutes. Yeah.
They're just like, go, get out.
People who
See
say
you later,
that,
alligator.
then you end up having a half-hour conversation in the hallway, holding the
Yeah.
handle to the door.
Literally my dad. Literally my dad.
Oh my god.
In the living room, in the hallway, at the front door, in the car while the other person's standing outside. Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm
We
not
all
gonna
know the
lie, that is
people.
so
We all-
me.
We all know
It's like
people
it's a
that.
dad trait. I'm sorry.
It is a dad trait.
It
I
is.
think all dads
My mom
it.
does it too, and I remember being like a 6-year-old just standing there like, we gonna go? We're gonna leave the Wendy's?
My
There's
son
just one
goes,
point
"It's
in
time
every
to
kid's
leave."
life. There's one point in every kid's life when you realize we're packing up to leave means we're leaving in an hour.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 And you learn
Yeah.
that the hard way.
Yep.
You get one of those aha moments as you're growing up.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you are led outside the manor, and you led outside the gates that are down the hill. You recognize one of the guards seems to have been taking the morning shift after being woken up in the middle of the night. Looks haggard, just nods at you all. The day is yours.
Arthur sort of turns to the group
Days,
and
ow.
says, "Look, I've got to do some shopping.
Check out that store that we looked at, we passed by before.
Arthur turns around and goes, I need to get a feather, a tougher fur, and a fishtail. Look.
In that order?
Arthur, why on earth do you need to find things that you might find in trash?
Well, look, it's actually needed for a spell with with an acorn that costs too much than I can afford right now.
Oh,
It's
this
this
What?
isn't about magic, isn't it, Arthur?
is it
They require
weird-
such odd things to channel these forces, don't they?
Like a fishtail. That thing's got a
Right.
sink, right?
It's honestly,
I will
sometimes
never
I really
understand. Never understand you two and your weird
Surely you
magics.
don't
Yes,
want the
they are
fishtail right
casters.
away. It
You
will
don't just-
stink up the room.
Yeah, you don't just ask a patron and you just do.
This
Like,
is why I
hang
use
on,
a,
honest-
this
hang
is
on.
why I use a focus most of the time. This
Actually,
is the
Arthur-
components of-
Arthur turns around and
Isn't
goes,
it?
"Oh, Gerald, I know this is going to sound stupid."
usually.
Always.
Arthur then frowns.
Don't let it
I
stop you
need,
now.
I need a feather, right? Looks
yes.
at Goose.
No!
I just need one.
I don't
What kind
know
of
the
feather?
odds, Arthur.
Don't do it.
Better not be a tail feather!
No,
You ain't going near there.
It says a feather,
One?
just one.
You might be better off getting a mundane feather from a pigeon of the city or something local.
Yeah,
Surely
we
you
don't
get that
really
for a
know what
copper.
we don't really know what a feather from a magic beast might do, Arthur, to the spell.
Oh well, look. If I'm gonna have a powerful spell, I need it from a powerful goose.
I mean, you say it's powerful, but
Well, if you say it like that.
Damn,
you sweet goose.
Yes.
So shall we mosey on over to the weapon or the blacksmith that we saw on our way?
Yes. Heckin' loaded now. Wait, am I?
Are we?
Did I add that in?
I don't think so. I've got
What's
like
that?
30 gold.
I mean,
Did
we,
you give me that?
Yeah, we
feather?
got all that stuff from the. We added that in, right?
Yeah, that's still only 30 gold.
Equipment.
yeah.
I have 23 gold and I'm feeling fucking powerful, man. I'm gonna tip everyone.
That's where all Nana's money goes to tipping.
Yeah.
That's where all Cuddly's money goes to.
I mean,
Typical American. I mean,
can we? Careful.
Oh, careful.
Oh, actually,
we could
um,
sell the ring that Rudy.
We should sell the ring and we should sell the arm.
We should.
Roju thinks this. Gerald.
Hello, yeah,
probably also
shopkeep.
thinks
I'd like to sell you this arm.
Yeah, we have the finest arm you will see this side.
Hey, we could do more work with it.
So Gerald's gonna talk to Bud and say, some of the things we found are quite expensive. Now, this town, the city, does operate as she mentioned, mostly on trade. What I'm thinking might do well for us in our trip home and then subsequently to help Goose's friend, I think it might be a good chance for us to go to, and I described for them the magic place that I went to previously.
Yeah.
They have a number of arcane and otherwise enchanted artifacts there. One of which I thought might make a great present for you, actually, Goose. That I saw in there. I was intending to maybe try and do some work to get it for you as a present to say thank you for your work with us. But
Thank you.
given the opportunity now, we may not have the time to work it off. But we do now have some quite expensive and useless to us trinkets, and we might be able to simply just procure such a weapon for you. It's a I think you might appreciate it. I'll show you when we get there, but there might also be other things that may be of use to our adventuring needs there also, which we could use the additional funding for, certainly.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely want to take a look.
Yeah, we can. I mean, we can definitely sell we can definitely
They would
trade the
definitely
ring.
be interested in that arm, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Rudy does not want to get rid of his hand.
That's okay. We can hold on to it for now.
Arthur sort of.
We'll talk
Sorry.
about it when we get there.
We should at least get it valued, Rudy.
Yes, yeah, I agree with
we
that.
don't have any use
We
for
need
it.
a second
Let's
opinion.
be honest.
Arthur wants his double-edged scythe valued as well.
Scythe?
Scythe?
That one's
Scythe.
not magical, so
Scythe,
Scythe.
the Sky Dragon.
Scythe.
the blacksmith may be more interested in that than the place I'm thinking of, because they deal mainly in enchanted objects.
Oh, sorry.
But the blacksmith.
Skyrim it up.
Awesome, bad blacksmith.
Enchant that baby. Let's go. Use a tiny
Yep.
soul gem.
That's
Oh, I have a question that doesn't
Go for it.
pertain to any of the work we're doing, but because I was kind of gone in the beginning and I didn't think to ask this before, so we're not following the zombies, right?
No.
So we don't know where they're going? Where are they going?
Just north.
I want to know where they're going.
Just
They're
north.
heading
I
like
know,
follow
I
me
know,
now?
I know.
Oh, you know. Wow.
Well, so
I
it was
bet you
just-
won't
yeah.
tell me.
Well, as the Midwinds just told us, they're watching them. They're keeping an eye on
Yeah,
them.
the
They're
Rangers are
going
tracking
north.
them.
The Rangers have got them.
Yeah, but I'm wanting to know.
And I'm sure we'll find out when bad things are
hope-
happening.
What if I turn into like a big draft horse and just ran after them and told you guys?
Totally have that option, Cuddly.
Just for days on end.
Yeah.
Who cares? It's fine. Oh no. Okay, fine.
So
It's
we'll
fine.
head to the magical store first, since that's closer, or
If you want.
guess.
Well,
Is it
technically,
closer?
the smith would be closer.
We'll go to the smith first then. Whatever. makes
You're
more
pretty
sense.
much in the other end of town compared to
That's right. It was on the opposite side
magical
of the city,
tower.
wasn't it? Yeah.
right? Okay. Yeah, to the Smith.
You're all the Midwinter Manor, which is a massive estate with multiple buildings, is in the pretty much the western, like the most western part of the city, while as the tower where the magic shop is in the southeastern part.
Cool.
Right.
But
So
if you
the
want to go to the blacksmith, it's early morning when you get there. You realize they are just about opening up shop. There's definitely like this massive furnace. It's billowing with heat. You see, and there are items hanging all around, and you can see this one giant is like in the process of propping up, almost like the roof folds over and becomes the front wall, and it's in the in the process of just propping it up, pretty much, with folding out these pillars and setting them down.
Cool.
As you all get near, it says, "Anything I can help you with?" And you see this thick metallic mask that seems to fold up like pretty much a very, very medieval style welder's mask.
Nice.
Arthur sort of pulls out the weapon without saying a word. Puts it on the table.
Oh, very cool of you, Arthur. Very cool of you.
Very suave.
Smooth. I
And
hope he just
all
takes it and doesn't pay you for it.
All he says is thoughts.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna assume then that the owner died, because that's a pretty unique. I remember that one walking through town the other day.
Yes,
Still
you saw him?
Looks behind and goes, "Guys, come close. You need to hear this."
He stirred up a bit of trouble in the mines, and yes, we might have taken care of the issue.
So what you want to do with it? Because I'm assuming you look like the selling kind of guy,
I think
but
what
at the same time, I don't want to. Because I could make a Spherera alloy if you want to make it like really hefty.
I was gonna say, I think what our mute friend suddenly, and he slams Arthur's back, mute friend wants to say here is, what would you value an item such as this? Because I don't think any of us have the dexterity or the know-how on to wield such a weapon, do we?
It is.
I
I'm
do, but
assuming
it's a little
an
big.
I'm assuming it's an exotic weapon, is it? A double sight?
No, it would be considered martial, which
Oh,
would
okay.
mean that Arthur
could use
and
it.
Goose could technically use it.
I could use it.
What,
Oh my god, Goose with a
I just don't
scythe.
want to use it.
a double-bladed sight. What?
Jesus
what kind
Christ.
of what kind of weapon is that in D&D Beyond?
Well, I didn't find there was no actual.
No,
scythe
I couldn't
in
find
D&D
it
Beyond,
either.
but it is a D10 slashing damage. That's all it is.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
a
For wheat,
two-handed
specifically.
1d10.
I think
just
the
helps
max
you
is
harvest the
D12,
wheat
though, isn't
real
it?
fast.
But yeah, Arthur sort of repeats Rudy and goes, "Yeah, what's the value of this said weapon?"
Do you want coin or trade or what you're looking at?
If
Tell us both.
Well, if I may be so bold, Rudy sort of pulls out his own mace. I was wondering, as long as everyone else is okay with it, if you could find some form of superior, or if you had something that was superior to this, and just pulls out his mace, which is a fairly run-of-the-mill, basic mace. There's nothing special about it.
Well, I got all manners of things. Were you considering anything particular? Do you want to... Look, I can work with metal, but my specialty comes in ice.
Nice, you say.
I mean,
And
I
gestures towards all of the items that are like on view, and you see this one shield that has like segments of ice on it. You can see what looks to be a dagger where the blade is made of ice.
Well, really good idea.
Arthur goes,
You
"All
can
right."
even see what looks to be a full chainmail, where every single ring is made of ice.
Okay.
That is
All
actually
right.
very
So
cool.
Arthur sort of steps forward and says, "All right, tell us the value first."
Well, if you just want coin, 15 gold pieces maybe.
15, is that all? It
It's-
it is unique, like you did
It's its
say.
value in metal. It's a stick with metal. I'd melt down the metal and work it.
Please,
I sort of gestured to the ice stuff. How much is that value?
Well, considering you need authentic dragon fire to work with it, it's pretty time consuming. I'd say sort of scratches a bit of scraggly beard, grabs one of the daggers off and says, I mean, if you want coin value, I'd say 100 gold probably for the dagger.
Turns to Rudy and goes, "You can deal with this."
Whoa.
You know what I'm
Okay.
talking
I
about?
do
It.
apologize for my very
Oh my God.
insensitive friend who doesn't seem to understand how to act around decent company. Well, first and foremost, yeah, I mean, the array of items you have are very, very impressive. You have to excuse us; we're very ignorant in the works you have here and what is involved in crafting these very wonderful looking weapons and pieces. So, do you have anything that would have a similar heft and sort of like, essentially Rudy describes like, another mace sort of thing, like any sort of like, does he have an awesome mace? Is what Rudy's asking.
Mace 2.0.
Yeah.
Hold on, give me a moment. I'm doing a check.
See, that's good. I already have my spoon. That does
I want to get an
everything.
even cooler mace with blackjack and hookers.
The knife sounds cool, though. I won't lie. The knife sounds real cool.
Ice knife sounds amazing.
Well, Rudy's getting a little jealous because he's like, Arthur's got his ice-tipped arrows that he found, and Goose has got the axe, and
Just to derail for a second.
Mysterious hand.
I got people in my chat saying that I hand the situation to Bay, which is rude. Just
okay. Again, out of DnD, Cuddly Raptor's chat is talking about how to set up a wedding, right? So,
I was there.
Planning happened in my chat, but I was not involved in the planning of said wedding between your characters.
Yes,
I just thought we all missed
was there for all of 5 minutes, and then Cuddly kicks me out.
I just said mind the beeswax.
Anyway, sorry,
Tell you
Josie.
when the date is.
Sorry, Josie.
As you produce the mace and sort of like reaching down under like the front portion, pulls up what looks to be a flail and holds it up like, this might do you better. It the leverage and the reach of the chain might give you a heftier swing if that's what you're looking for.
Flails are really cool.
Do you mind if I give it a swing?
Plus 10 cool.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, Rudy, just
Also precise.
So
what kind of weapons can you use?
Well, wait, are you asking Darcy or Rudy?
I'm asking
What's on your character
AussieDevFro to
sheet?
check your proficiencies on your
Thank you.
bottom left on your character sheet.
Simple weapons.
Then swinging this around might result in an accident.
Okay, Rudy doesn't swing this one around. No, that's just a little complicated. I'm a simple, more simple fighter. Thank you anyway. I do appreciate you.
Because
showing
I
me
mean, a mace might be the heftiest you can get if you're not looking to really get to know your arms.
I have a question.
Yes.
So you make a lot of these ice weapons yourself and use your dragon
I
fire
do.
and everything.
Yes,
Is-
I have a
how-
special tool.
How do you make it? Do you just mold the ice, or do you apply the ice onto another weapon?
Oh, I can do both. I can make them purely out of Serera, or I can make an alloy.
If we
Which is
provided you a
it's
weapon,
it's more like a very thin sheath that's also sharpened. And the way I do it is I use a special tool that produces authentic dragon's fire, and then I just very, very carefully shape the ice.
May I ask, does the ice that you work with, which looks visually quite astounding, does it confer any additional properties to the weapon itself, being made out of such material?
It besides being just as sharp as metal, just as durable, yeah, it does. It's perpetually cold. It does seem to make the wounds freeze quite instantly. And when it comes to gestures towards the shield, the emanation of cold, the way I've placed the different plates of ice, does protect you from heat to some degree.
Ah, that's quite ingenious. Tell me, do you? I did notice your chainmail work there, which is quite impressive for such
Thank
a
you.
material.
That took quite a long time to make. Haven't found a buyer yet.
I
but
can
one
imagine.
day.
Being someone who only wears light armor, though, do you have anything that might move well for such an arcane user as myself?
I'm afraid that's difficult. He gestures towards your new armor and says, "It really replaces metal, and replacing the studs with Ferreira wouldn't really give you much benefit. The coverage wouldn't really be enough, I'm afraid."
That answers my question, though. Thank you.
Josie, I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
I have a question. Are any of the weapons? I know there's a dagger. Are any of the weapons like darts or like a scimitar?
You would
Scimitar.
Nano on the other hand would recognize that there are arrows similar to the ones that Arthur bought. There's a stack of arrows with ice tips.
I can't use a bow and arrow. It's not on my list.
No.
It's okay.
And
Nothing for
there's
Nana.
dagger, but it seems like this person might take commissions if you can produce payment.
Oh.
Ooh.
Are we okay? So with darts, so I'm on the same page as you. I was imagining like a little blow dart thing, and I don't know if that's like
that would be it.
That would be it. Okay.
That
And
would
like,
be it, yes.
Okay. I think Nana might ask about commissions and just ask, oh, do you by any chance take commissions? Just like that.
Yeah, we're currently in the low season of import export. I can definitely do something. What were you thinking?
I really want darts, man. So she describes the dart that I have just told you about and asks how much it might be, for work or coin.
I could make some. I'd have to give some think about the value. Let me check while I check.
Do you already have a blowgun?
Do you know what? I don't. But the darts are cool to have, and I can cross that bridge when I come.
Darts are also considered. They're very much like darts that you would throw at the pub.
Oh, you can also. Okay, cool. Yeah. So if push came to shove,
you could throw them.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd probably come out to. I mean, I could make the actual handle out of wood or metal, and the tip would be Ferreira. It's hard to make it that thin, fine point. I don't know. I could probably make them for a gold piece each, but the amount of ice would be very minuscule. I can't guarantee how much of an extra effect it would have.
Oh, that's all right. I think it would be very, very nice to have, even as a souvenir. Just in case I never throw them.
Pieces, really, yeah.
Okay,
let me see what I can do. Come back later today, and I'll see if I'm willing to sell whatever I can make.
If we use the scythe as like the materials aside from the ice,
well, I mean the scythe's value would definitely. I could make a trade in.
Goose, did you have anything you wanted to?
Oh no, I just wanted to see if we could get Rudy something, even if it's like coating the mace in the ice stuff. But I don't think if that's going to be the case.
Seems too much. Nah, it seems too much. It's all good. Rudy's on board with the darts idea.
Arthur's sort of got interested again with Goose talking about coating things in ice. He pulls out his short sword and sort of goes, what would be the value of coating this weapon as so?
Well, you see, I can tell from a glance here, you've got the runes. Your weapon is obviously magical in nature. Probably got some sort of aura that makes sure it's sharper. The thing is, if I would make an alloy of Ferreira for that, it's not really compatible if the sword is already magical. You'd need to find someone to transfer the enchantment from the sword then on top of the ice after the ice has been placed on the metal.
Wait, the sword was already magical?
Yeah, it was already magical.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a +1 short sword.
Yeah, it's been a +1 short sword. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
I didn't know that meant it was magical. I just thought it was like extra sharp.
Yeah,
No,
Sick.
right.
I was like, oh, nice.
It's a next level
Arthur
weapon. Yeah.
pulls out his very last arrow, the ice arrow.
Yeah.
Goes, do you have any more of these?
Yeah, I got a few.
How much were you willing to sell them for?
Probably 5 gold apiece.
Would you, whatever the value of Nana's stuff comes to, the rest goes towards the arrows?
Sure. I could definitely do something like that. I'd say, as long as the dart comes out fine on the first attempt, I'd say I'd get you 3 arrows.
Arthur turns to the group.
As I said, let me see what I can do. This actually gets me some ideas going in my noggin. If you come back in the afternoon, I'll see what I can have done.
Well, thank you so much, and no pressure on the darts. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know, I just thought it'd be very, very fun to have one or several.
Arthur, before he sort of leaves, goes, is there anyone that might sell pets like wolves or...
You had your chance to get a wolf, you just didn't
really.
take it.
I mean, we had all kinds of traders coming through. I don't really keep track of what's really going. I mean, I really can't answer that question. You'll have to go to the market and look for yourself.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, thank you. I'll get to work on this immediately. I'm curious what I can whip out.
You got his artist juice flowing.
I'm going to head on over to the Tower of Magic over there, for lack of remembering what the actual name of the shop is.
It's called the Scrysicle.
The Scrysicle.
The Scrysicle? Get out of here. Ugh.
I love it.
The Scrysicle.
Oh my god, Dice sassing up everyone's streams right now. Oh my god.
Amazing. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to head to the Scrysicle. Did any of you wish to accompany me?
I suppose I better come with you, Gerald. I mean, if nothing else, we can get a second opinion on this,
Yes, that is what it is.
You didn't want to say it too loud around the blacksmiths.
Arthur sort of gestures to Nana and Goose. I'm gonna go look for pets, fluffy things, cute things. Do you guys want to come?
Oh yes, I want to come, and you know who else wants to come? We're summoning the boy.
Little mushroom boy. Yes.
We got Mushroom.
Mushroom boy. Who is now ready to tell you his name.
What?
Yeah.
What is...
Can Arthur sit down for this? Because he feels like he needs to sit down.
Yeah, he can
sit down on the
absolutely
dirt
sit
path. Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm
still standing.
His name is Ami.
Ami.
How do you spell it?
AMI, but it's like pronounced with like an H in there, but the H is, I guess, just not. Yeah. Ami. Yeah.
So cute, adorable.
It's a me.
Mushroom.
It's a me. Oh my god, I didn't think of that.
No.
It's a me.
No. I can't.
It's actually, look, I
No.
forgot that
Mushroom
Josie's
friend.
dog's name was Amanita, and that's like a mushroom. And I was like, I can't name it after the dog. That would be weird. But that's like the type of mushroom that he is. He's like red and he's got the little polka dots, and so yeah, his name's
Just
Ami.
like in Super Mario.
I have done a bad.
You have.
You've done bad.
Yeah.
I love
Sorry,
it.
guys.
Yeah, but
All
as
right. Let's
how
go.
was the party splitting up?
Goose is going to the magic place.
And
The
I will go
tricycle.
look for fluffy things.
Fluffy
Because I just want to hold
things!
fluffy things,
Look,
really.
look,
And
Rudy, you love this crisis.
I love it so much.
I love it so
Wait.
much.
oh my
It's
god.
So good.
It's good.
I want to name a bar the Scricicle.
Oh
No,
no.
Yeah,
I love it, but I hate
As
it.
you eventually walk down the main thoroughfare until you split off. Two of you heading towards the market, and three of you heading even further towards the tower, made of ice, standing in the middle of the district. And as you near the doors are slightly ajar, and
What's that
you
music?
enter.
This is
It's
supposed
from-
to be
Yes.
busy market day.
This is very
I like it.
interesting.
okay.
I like
just
it.
heard the
I
singing
love
and I
it.
was like, wait, what?
It's supposed to be like the sound of the marketplace and everything, but it's not really
Right.
coming
It's
through as
all
much.
those bards.
Mm.
Yeah,
that
that's
Arthur
right.
and
All
not
those bards
part of.
vying for attention.
Mm.
Yeah.
There is Bard's Day off on here too.
Nice.
Please no.
All right.
Please
Carry
But
on,
as
guys.
you arrive, the doors are slightly ajar, and as you step inside, you all see again this. It's quite open here, but you can see the counter. There's this one hunched figure on the other side who looks over to all of you. You can see through the hood this head. It looks almost like the face has been painted a little paler than the rest of the skin, so it has this very, very like underlit bonfire effect, and the eyes are stark yellow. You see the hunch. The hands are like upwards, like a little uppy, and just looks over to you all. Ah, welcome back, Gerald.
Yes, I have returned.
And you brought
I
friends?
brought friends, yes. This is Goose. And,
Lovely to meet a friend of friends.
And this is Rudy.
Hello.
Welcome. How can I be of service? Feel free to look around.
Well, first off, Gerald, if you don't, unless I
Sure,
thought
yes.
we could.
Yes, we've recovered an interesting artifact.
Oh?
I,
Well, come closer, please. Produce.
Rudy, would you mind?
And I will.
Yeah, so
Would you
we're
mind
not
showing
entirely sure, whether we're gonna, whether we're gonna trade it or
Just show him the arm.
Rudy backpedaling
Arm?
like a freaking backwards
and
bicycle
as
here.
Rudy
So I
puts
went
the arm
to-
on the table.
So
Hey, I got something to show ya.
identified this. So I cast Identified last night on this, and while not necessarily magical or the product of a spell, it does appear to have some sort of arcane elements to it still that is providing it some sort of animation of a.
I see. Hold on, and you can see like Borg is holding his hands up like this, and you can see the actual like hunchback is just moving, like just moving on its own,
Please.
and looks down and puts like produces from within the cloak attached to like little strings. It looks like a pair of spectacles with a little pearl in between above where
Nice.
it sits on the nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Puts on and starts looking over the arm, like feeling it, touching the textures, and even like there's this moment where the little wigglies come out and Morg just starts poking at them like "Ooh,"
That's so cute.
and says, yes, no, it was definitely not created by magical means, as in it's a production of a spell, but it has magic, yes. It probably has a magical core itself somewhere in there to make it work. And I see what you mean. I would say it could probably... Looking at its design and the way the magic flows within, it could probably change shape to some extent. And yes, what you say is true. It probably attaches and affixes and it would allow you to use it as a normal arm. I come to the same conclusion. But wow, this is interesting. If anything, I want to take it apart.
It's quite
Well,
fascinating.
let's not take it apart. Let's. I've grown rather attached to it.
No, you're not attached to it at all, Rudy. You've got 2 arms.
If you want,
Respect.
I could help you attach it. Just smile.
What?
Sorry. I don't think I heard that one.
Well, I mean, an arm for an arm. If you want it, we could definitely make sure the procedure is done as neatly as possible.
Oh God, don't cut your
my
arm off, Rudy. Oh my
Now,
God.
Gerald-
Oh my God.
Rudy, we don't want you to come to any arm now.
Gerald, now is not.
Yes.
Honestly, be considering Rudy Magic Hands McGee.
I'm just
Cutting
intrigued
off his own
because
hands.
it
It's
exists
metal.
between life and death. What is what is
doesn't.
more interesting about this? It's an artificial construct that behaves as if it's alive.
No, it doesn't. It's magic, Rudy. This is not a life and death thing. This is arcane knowledge. It's certainly fascinating from an academic point of view. I'm sure. And I gesture. What was the shopkeep's name again?
Morgue. Fifth
Morgue.
Eye Morgue.
What pun are we
thank you.
on?
Fifth Eye Morgue. Who knows? and I sort of gesture to Fifth Eye Morgue. Academically, it's a fascinating item. But,
Well, I think the difference is that this thing doesn't really channel magic. You would need an actual will. You could not attach this to an inanimate object or
Yes.
something with a false sense of sentience. It would have to be an actual living creature.
to be able to control it. Yes.
Does it have to
I
be
have no
attached
idea.
to the
I
shoulder?
have no idea how this was created in the first place. That's why I want to take it apart.
Understandably, yes. How much would such a unique artifact possibly be worth?
First glance, I'd easily offer you, Gerald, 500 gold pieces. It's probably
What?
worth more, but I'd be able to maybe pay you in, I don't know, after the fact, once I've taken it apart and really found out how it works.
Certainly, or perhaps even in generous trade.
Definitely. Do you want to use the Scrysicle?
Wait, it's a thing.
Use the Scrysicle?
Wait, so
What is a
It has its own
Scrysicle?
uses.
Wait,
thing?
what?
Oh,
I thought you guys were just.
let me explain. You're new to the town. Yes, the tower is not. The tower has been named such after an invention of my own.
Oh, an inventor.
On
this was
the
the
on the
fifth eye,
top floor,
whatever.
yes, I managed to find a use for Spherera. I made a lens where you could channel divination magic through. Essentially, imagine, if you will, the scrying spell, but
Oh,
everyone
now,
could see.
I see what you did. Icicle, scrying, yes. Oh,
Yes.
quite good. I didn't think
Because
of
the
that myself.
limitation of the scrying spell is that the caster sees what happens.
Hmm.
But I figured out the way to make sure that anyone could see what the caster was seeing.
Oh, how fascinating. That is quite a feat.
So if there's anything you want to peer away at,
I believe there
like how
may
he said
be
that.
something. I know, Goose, you're eager to find out about your news of your friend.
Oh yes, if I
That
could, if I
could
was not in
be-
much trouble.
This could be
yes,
quite.
as long as you can
quite
provide
useful.
ample description, I can definitely make an effort.
Oh, she is the most beautiful of swans, the most elegant and beautiful amongst the swamplands of which she lives in. But she's been the town that she
Be
lives in
more
has been
specific.
overtaken.
More specific, please, Goose.
A specific how?
I hope she's actually a bird. I just realized she's-
Let's put it this way. Let's do tit for tat, trade for trade. Rudy, was it?
Yes.
Feel free
Well,
to peruse the shop or come with.
but
Gerald,
I
I would
have-
ask.
but
I know
I-
you have an interest.
I don't.
They're just talking over you.
I
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Yes.
Oh.
If
Yes,
you
Lord.
wouldn't mind watching the shop. I could bring your friends up and provide said service, and I could give you the discount on the item you've been eyeing.
It's my
Well,
Speak up,
interesting.
Rudy.
All right. Well, certainly, it's a.
Oh.
We can definitely consider such things. I think Goose.
You can see
regardless
Morg
what,
is like having shakes. Like,
yeah.
Is it a trade?
I wouldn't say it's a trade just yet, but it certainly would be behooving of such business. Were my friend to, get to see, put his mind at ease. Of course, the weapon I came in here and was looking at last time. This would have been.
Well, let me put it like this. Then. The arm would cover for more than the fee of using the scritical and the item. There would even be maybe coin left over.
Oh, of course. How much does the use of the scritical normally go for?
Usually, for those who want to give monetary, I charge 100 pieces of gold.
Do I feel like that is a legit number, or is he trying to like pump it?
I'd say make an Arcana check.
An Arcana check? Okay. Not a great roll, but 16.
16, you would know that even for just a normal scrying spell, you do need a focus that has ample value of several hundred gold pieces.
Oh, so he's giving you
focus. The focus for a scrying spell is, I think you need a silver mirror to a value of like 500 gold.
Something like that, but it doesn't get consumed in the process.
No.
So it's
but
so
this
it's
is
a
all
one-time investment.
Still though.
Oh, that is quite a sum. I mean, surely for a great invention. I would perhaps for being such a unique item, which I think we could both agree holds great academic and potential reverse engineering potential. I feel like perhaps.
Well, if you want, I could definitely make sure that you, once I figured out how it worked, I'd send you my notes.
I'm listening.
Of course. And then Morg like stops, looks over at Rudy. Yes? Or did you want to use the arm?
This is all moving so fast. I've grown rather attached to it.
You're not though. You've got two arms.
For now.
Are you Rudy Magic Hands McGee? I cannot believe I'm hearing you considering replacing one of your beloved.
But no, not now, Gerald. But in the future, what if the worst happens? You saw how quick that scythe moved. If I was, 1 inch to the left, I would have lost an arm.
Rudy, you're so careful with your hands, though. You take such good care of them.
You do remember who you're talking to. I'm the king of what ifs. I say, what if we don't have this money for useful items and we die horribly because of it?
You're not wrong.
As you're having this conversation, we fade over to Nana and Arthur. You've arrived at the market. And Arthur, you know exactly what you're looking for. And you can smell it immediately.
Arthur sort
You
of...
smell animals as you step in. There's definitely someone trading in pieces here.
I sort of go to Nana and I go, Nana, I'm looking for a wolf, a special type of wolf. One that's gonna learn. But
The boys.
Nana,
Better than you are at your pace, Arthur.
Wow.
Oh!
That fire!
Arthur felt this tall. He now feels this tall.
Now it feels like he's looking up at Nana.
I had to.
Arthur's confidence haven't strengthened so much in a lifetime.
As you're walking, you're talking, you eventually get to, you can see this one stall where there's mostly kids that are watching and looking. You can see small cages. You see what looks to be some creature stuck on a leash. And as you get closer, you see it looks like a big brownish dog of some kind that's just sitting there slobbering on the ground.
Aw,
Oh,
big
bye.
boy.
And you see several cages throughout, some empty, and you it seems like most of the adults are taking like a round trip around, and you see selling is a very short, stocky man he's got like a long stripy beard just from the shin, and what looks to be like a really old ragged top hat that looks like it's been worn for way too long. And just
Nice.
says,
Good choice.
well, come on up. How can I be of service? I see you look mighty curious.
I am looking for your finest wolf.
I can't even talk to that man.
And
So,
it immediately
man.
just looks around and says, you see a wolf? Do you see a wolf?
No, but can you acquire one?
God, just tame a fucking wild wolf.
Yes, let's go get him from Outback.
No, I cannot. I have a badger.
I turned to Nana. I'm like, Nana, would a badger with a sword in its mouth look silly?
At this point,
Not, but
Nana, you would realize in one of the cages, you can see what looks to be a moving piece of vegetation.
what
And
is?
as you're standing there,
what
we're going to wrap up for today.
No.
I need to save him. I'm about to
Continue
wreck
this
this whole man's
shopping.
career.
Oh my god.
About to start a fucking
Drew
fight.
into a pet store.
In the
Oh,
marketplace.
That's why I wanted to bring a druid to a pet store.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We
Unfortunately,
got
I
a few
say-
minutes over time. I wanted to make sure we got to some sort of point where everybody got
Nice.
a little
I
bit
love
more
that.
time.
Sorry, we got a little
Come on.
distracted at the magic store.
No, I just
hey,
wanna-
I
Things are
love
getting out of hand.
I see what you did there, Denny. You thought you could sneak it past, but you did not. It's okay. I typed one in Josie's chat. I couldn't resist.
It's not
I was
that-
like, am I the only one who doesn't find this whole thing humorous?
Oh.
bad one.
It's
Yeah.
not that I want to use the arm. I just like having it. It just is really.
Yeah, who knows what
cool,
you
and
just
I
wanna
kind of
have
want
it. It looks
I just
nice.
want
I'm gonna
it.
put it
Just
on
a
my wall.
contingency.
I want to put it on my wall.
You
I
never
just-
know.
It's just
True.
fascinating.
It's gonna be
I
worth so
know.
much.
You have no idea how much
And we're all-
Darcy
Shit,
is
we can actually
conflicted.
use it.
I know.
Hey, you have a week to think about it. We don't even have to
Yeah.
I do
think
have a
about
week to
it.
think of
See?
That's right.
It's great.
yeah.
It's
We
really
got so
great.
much time
Yeah.
to
We can
consider.
figure out
I
a
will
way.
say, I
to-
will say, in the pet store, the following things. You can see the following creatures at the pet store. You can
Mhm.
see what
For your
looks to be in a glass container. You can see what looks to be a hovering jellyfish in midair.
Floating
Cute.
jellyfish.
You can see what looks to be an elderly mastiff dog.
Oh,
sitting there.
Yay! Big old massive boy.
You can see there's a basket with a hissing sound coming from it.
A snack.
Danger.
There is the tiny little, looks almost like a small bird cage, and it looks like there is, at first glance, it looks like someone's just put a pile of branches in there, but they are definitely moving.
A pet for my pet.
A stick insect.
There's also a loudly snoring badger.
Okay, Nana Malivora is actually named after badgers, so she obviously has a soft spot.
There is a hawk sitting perched in a larger cage. It looks like it's been given some better treatment. It has like a big cage. There's also in a smaller cage next to it is an owl, and the last is what looks to be a very, very, very big spider.
Ooh.
So
How big-
just asking, Orb. How,
We're like
why-
a cat-sized spider.
That's a big spider.
That's a big spider.
Even for
What kind of spider? Is it like
Australians, that's a big
huntsman or is it a
spider.
huntsman?
Yeah.
Huntsman size.
know
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just
How
standard.
many animals Nana comes away with compared to Arthur? That's
Is
what
it
I
a
wanna
cat-sized
know.
peacock spider?
Calling
Please tell
out
me.
like.
Please tell me it's a cat-sized peacock spider.
I mean,
Oh my god.
I'll have to do some reading. It's a spider.
What were you
That's
asking,
what my notes
Ozzy?
say.
I was gonna just say, well, why are you so dead set on a wolf? And why did you think it could carry a sword in its mouth?
He wants to live out his
'Cause-
notorious fantasies.
I know, but
Yeah.
There might. I recently played Dark.
I know
Souls.
I
you
know
did,
you
but that's
did.
not
I
physical.
know you
We
did.
all know you did.
Oh my gosh.
That's why it's so on the nose.
And
So
Dark
funny.
and yeah, I want to replicate that.
Doggos can't wield swords.
Doggos-
Hey, they can.
No,
if they-
no.
Tell them
They
they
can.
can.
They fucking can if they want to.
I talked to the DM about this.
Oh no.
Oh.
And
Oh,
I said,
no.
no. Listen, I'd said I'd see what I can do, and I rolled random dice to see if there would even be a pet store and what creatures would be here.
Okay.
There was
Yeah.
no wolf.
Nice.
Okay.
And
alright.
Arthur
That's fair.
lucked out
That's
this
fair.
time. But I also, as Org, wants to take the moment for everyone in Aussie's, Roju's, Cuddly, and Denny's chat to just appreciate Josie. We wouldn't have been here for Josie. Like, I've had multiple Dungeon Masters in my lifetime, and you know, everyone else has played a game here or two. But Josie, just the storytelling, the sounds, the everything is just amazing. I just
You're
want
still not
to.
getting a wolf.
I'm not.
You saw straight
yeah.
through it. I'm so glad I wasn't the only one who
Damn.
saw it. I am so glad I'm the only one who didn't see it.
No, but thank you. Yes,
but
thank
especially,
you.
especially when you're under the weather, you know, it really,
Yeah.
you know, we
I-
really do appreciate it.
I'm gonna sleep the rest of the day as soon
Please
as
do.
Yeah.
That
Yep,
was my
plenty of
next
rest, plenty of
part.
tea.
Mm,
That was my next part until you interrupted.
Yeah, I genuinely want to know what you do with this arm next week.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was
So
gonna.
Okay.
my-
Like out of character though. Like you realize he's offering to share knowledge, schematical knowledge of this thing once he's taken it apart.
Do you
Okay.
Yeah.
realize how
Yeah.
desperate Morg is for
Oh yeah,
this?
no, this is
Morg
the thing.
wants
We
it.
can.
He is
we can
salivating.
milk
Oh, yeah.
this,
Yeah, yeah. We
first
will
of all.
milk
Second
this.
of all,
Yeah, yeah.
we might be able to make one ourselves later
Yeah.
once we've got the schematic.
Oh,
I think
true. I
we
didn't think of
need
that.
to nail down what we're gonna get out of it. Rudy doesn't want to use the arm. He just loves the idea of it. It reminds him a lot of his past, so he kinda wants
Did you
to
carry
keep.
That's fair.
Imagine
That's
Rudy
very
making
fair.
his
Just,
very
severed
own.
arms around in his past. I have
You
concern.
know what would be terrifying though? Do you know what would be terrifying? The fact that
Yeah.
that Rudy could literally make the arm move and run around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god, he could have like a total like the
Yeah.
thing.
Because speaking-
could it be a
speaking of
whole ass
pets,
arm
like-
with like wiggly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
because
can't
he-
sell the
it's-
arm.
Like
We
he does
absolutely are
with
selling it
his
We're getting
like he
these
does with his
schematics.
pig. With
Yeah.
his pig, he could
Yeah.
just
Oh
make
my
the arm move.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, Darcy, you have
But
to
can
make
it
this
do
happen.
anything though?
No.
It carries
Dude,
out
but it can
one,
run around, that's pretty
Yeah, it carries out
cool.
one singular like basic action. Like,
Look,
you know,
I will buy you a wooden arm and you can do the same thing.
It's not
I'll
the
even-
same.
I'll even
Roju,
press
it
the say
doesn't-
that's still
it doesn't have
every
the-
day,
No,
every
it-
hour.
it doesn't have the wriggly bits. The
It's
wriggly
true.
bits
The
are what
wriggly
makes
bits
it.
really make it. It's very true.
Alright,
Look, I'll buy you a can of
Um,
worms and we'll
we'll-
tape it to the end.
we
Put
can,
it
we can talk
anatomical
about
hand.
this during the week. My
All right,
priority
I
is
love
getting
it.
Josie to sleep and resting.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
let's-
Yes. Please
Yes.
rest up.
Thank
Get
you
plenty
all
of
for
rest and-
being here.
Thank you for hosting today.
Yes.
And I'll see
And-
you all.
Are we gonna
next
raid anyone,
week.
Next
or-
week.
Oh.
I'm just having a look at who is
Does
live.
anybody else have anyone on?
Who is
I-
alive?
Oh, I'm
I
gonna.
do not. I do not.
I might not
got a
because
new
I'm
person.
going. I'm
Yeah.
going straight to bed.
All good,
Okay,
all
yeah.
good.
That is fair
But
enough.
you all have a good one. Thank you all for playing. I'll see you all next week.
Bye,
Bye.
Josie. Bye, Josie.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah, actually, I don't.
I got Lala the weirdo.
I don't think I've ever met
I just
them.
refreshed. I think Lala's offline, isn't she?
It just showed up online for me. Sorry, no, it just went offline then.
Ooh,
Sorry.
okay, that's weird. Let's get rid of that.
That's right. Well, I've only got a couple of people on. I might just end my stream tonight. Because I'm just going to go play Final Fantasy 14 for a bit.
Oh,
really?
we got you in on there
Really?
too.
Yeah,
Very
really.
nice.
If you've been on there, you'll see that I'm in the link shell. So
You are in the link shell? Yes, excellent.
yeah,
Excellent.
already hooked up with.
I'm
We'll have to
about to
get a
get
guild
my
going.
very first mount.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I've
I'm,
only been focusing on my carpentry off camera. I'm leaving like actual combat quests to stream only. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing behind the scenes like stuff like that.
it's a very
as well.
wordy game.
I'm
It
just
takes
playing
time.
the game. That's all.
I
I'm not
know-
I am
or
gonna
anything.
raid a Franz, but I
Oh,
will.
yeah?
Yeah.
No, let us know the name. I'll raid as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'll do a
I don't
thing,
want to
but-
scare you guys off because he's a bit of a degen, but I love him dearly and he's very, very wholesome. He's a very wholesome degen, I gotta say. So if you want
You
that,
say that like we're
Oh,
not.
like degenerate.
well, this is true. Yeah. I
You
mean,
say that like we're
We're
not.
all degenerates.
Yeah.
Oh,
we-
okay.
Is this Fredo?
There
Is
is.
this Fredo?
this is Fredo.
Yeah, I
Alright.
thought so.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's Fredo. He's
Epic-
playing
how do you spell
Yakuza
it?
Kiwami
Yeah,
too.
it's
I think
it's
you-
worth it. Worth
Sorry,
it.
what-
He's very, very sweet. He will yell in your ears. So like when we raid, just know that like you
Love,
should
love,
probably
love
go like
audio.
this because he does yell a lot.
Okay.
Out of
I
excitement,
don't wanna
never
hang
out of
for-
anger.
for Kiwami too because I haven't played it yet.
That's
so.
true. All right, Roji.
I
All
will pass on this one.
All
problem.
good,
But,
all good. I'm
yeah,
gonna.
that nightmare was
him a
absolutely
raid.
crazy. Dice. Hey, that
Can
was,
I
like,
have the name?
oof.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I was.
What's the
I will
name?
come into you.
I'd like to name as well.
And once again, no.
Yeah, feel free to boot me.
I'll probably be raiding and running because I do have to work, but I'll just stick around and say hi a little bit. But yeah, that's where I thought we could go and hang out, and there we go.
Oh, okay.
That's
Thank you.
it.
Alright.
Get that one
I
going.
don't like raiding and dashing on people I don't know because I want to like check them out and give them a bit of like.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
That's
So
true.
we're gonna head over there because I do love him dearly, and I'll stick around
Yeah.
as much as I can. Give him all your love. Give me your favorite emotes. And if you have to go right away,
Alrighty.
that is totally okay.
I will.
All right.
mute
Good
myself
night,
and go from there.
everybody.
Good night.
Yeah.
And I'm about to
Bye.
end
Take
stream.
care.
Cheers, pals.
Okay, I've left the meeting. So my guys, so this is a bit of an awkward screen to kind of like end on, but that's all good. We will go raid this lovely, awesome person. If Curly Raptor vouches for them, then I'm sure that is not what I wanted to Control C, Control V. If I know you can't see me. You can't see me. It's gone. I know. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. I mean, I wonder if now that I've turned that off, I wonder if this works. Does this work? Hey, it works.